Yep. Yep. It's it's gonna be my morning. What? You have to be in here for 10 minutes so you to cry your little eyes out? You can't hang out with me for half an hour without crying at me. Really? I have to stream, bro. Come on, man. Leave me alone, you. We got it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said anything. My bad. Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to. Oh, hi. Hi. Hello. You just want uppies. Hi. Hi. Hello. 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 No lickies, please. No lickies, please. Please. No, not this morning. Come on. You gotta leave me alone. Oh, Jesus Christ. What did you eat? What did you eat, little ears? What did you little goblina? Alright. Is this what you wanted? Are you better now? Do I just have to hold you until Ella's done pouring? Is this what you need? Is this what you want? Are you good now? Are you good? Yeah? My little gremolin? La Goblina? What do you think? You fucking got me. I felt that. That's my fault. Oh, alright, alright. We gotta wait for Ella. She's almost done. Good morning, my friends. Good morning. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the VOD. It is indeed a fantastic day. It is Wednesday. The, whatever it is in February. Who cares? It's February. Nobody cares shit about February. February is just scuffed March. Discount Walmart. Good, great value, January. Why are you closing your eyes? Why are you getting sleepy? What's with this sleepy? If you go to sleep right now, that'd be great. Actually, that'd be amazing. That'd be super easy. That'd be really nice. Actually, oh, okay. She's still a little bit upset. She doesn't quite. No, all right. Well, I have to watch Yuna for a little bit longer. Ella needs to do a pour this morning because she has to. Really? Is that so? Because Ella has a big event coming up soon where she's going to be debuting a new product line that she hasn't ever revealed. But let's just say it's a little Warhammer event coming up. So apparently Warhammer players like dice, but what? Scare her? Ella just came in wearing her respirator. Yuna does not like it when we wear masks of any kind. Not face masks, respirators, whatever. You wanna go see Ella? I don't want a face mask. I'm good. You wanna go see Ella? Are you done with my shit? Can you go see her? Okay, alright, alright. Alright, go see Grandma and Grandpa. Okay. Go Yuna. Go Yuna!
The mask is terror.
The mask is terror. I'm scared of it too. Can you bring me a washcloth, please? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. She got me. But yes, she has an event coming up here. So she's working very hard to finish a new product line. She made new molds and everything, and apparently she's going to be ready to sell Warhammer D6s. So thank you. Oh, the Gudetama one. Thank you very much. I'm not one of those people that lets their dog lick their face. I don't like it, so I have to wash my face off. All right, get her out of here, man. She's just gonna start screaming at me again. Thank you. See you later. Okay, we're clean. We're dogless. We're good. What a day, man. What a week. I'm so proud that we dropped the album yesterday. I've been listening to it actually. I've been like what is it? What's the term when you watch or listen to something or watch it on repeat? Binging it. I've been binging it. Is that what I've been doing? I've been binging the album. I don't know. Anyway, I listened to it a whole bunch yesterday, and now I have requests for Dashto for him to make like long mixes, you know, like I need an ambient like Hearthwood mix or whatever, and you know, for D&D, because the album's great, and I need it in a way that I can just set it and forget it as well. So that's gonna be the next thing I demand of Dashto. But right now he's exhausted. He worked really hard. Dashto's the kind of person. What's up, Ella? What do you need to show chat? No, the chat doesn't care. D&D players don't care about this. D&D players will not care about this. Okay.
I'm so proud.
This is a D20 that Ella made. Okay? And I want you to recognize one specific quality of it. Okay? Alright?
Wait, is Blaze in chat?
I don't know if Blaze is in chat. Blaze isn't in chat. I don't know if he's in stream or not. Blaze might care more. Okay, whatever. So here's the die. Here's what's unique about it, okay? Is this something you care about? Is a bouncy squishy D20? Hold on.
Do not bounce that on your tablet, Evan.
It's what? It's silicone. There, you get. Is this the Is this? Does anybody give a shit about this? Because Ella thinks it's amazing. All right, she likes the idea of being able to throw your D20 at the wall and then have it roll over to where you need. I don't know if anyone's gonna care about this besides Blaze and you. So popular with who? Okay, take your stupid die. All right, goodbye. All right. Okay, it isn't a stress die. I'm pretty sure it'll crumble if you squish it too much. We haven't done stress tests on it yet. What? Okay, well, sure.
It'll take 10.
Sure. You'll take. What do you mean you'll take 10? You don't need it. You don't need any. You just get one. What do you mean, bro? Come on, man. Make a strength check. Throws bouncy die at the wall. Exactly. Now Ella thinks it's hilarious. I don't know. She's very amused by it. I'm not so sure. All right. It's it seems like a problem waiting to happen, you know. A D20 you can safely throw at your DM. Yeah, the next thing we need to do though is I have an idea for a for dice that I don't know if it's a good idea or not. This probably can't be a product unless a lot of things happen. But Kitty, thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate that. Oh shit, thank you for that. Thanks for the gifted sub. Thank you for the 100 bits, DC. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. That was for Ella. All right. God damn it. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Uno Max, thank you for the follow. Welcome. All right. Hold on. I have an idea. Tell me if this is a dumb idea or not. This isn't necessarily an idea for the market for Ella's product line, but I want to do this for my home game. What if, because Ella makes, obviously she casts her resin dice in silicone molds, right? You can buy food safe silicone. I actually think she uses food safe. No, I don't know if her silicone's food safe or not, but you can buy food safe silicone. What if, hear me out, you made potion bottles, right? That are the D4 potion bottles, right? It's like, you know, a couple D4 or whatever. And instead it had like gummy dice in it. Right? And so you can roll your potion, you know, you can roll your potion. You're like, oh, I heal like 7 hit points. And then you get a little snacky. Like obviously this wouldn't work on a mass market scale. Like she couldn't sell this at conventions and stuff. You need to get a food license and whatever. Obviously this doesn't work on a large scale. But what could work is if she made edible dice molds for people to make their own gummy dice at home. I just want edible potion dice. Okay, look, I've never seen anyone do it. Maybe I should leave the idea generation to Ella. Maybe people want the bouncy dice over the edible dice. This is not. Yeah, this is a bad conversation, man. We're gonna go down a dark path here to spending more money than we want on dice. But hey, listen, that's Ella's brand, I guess. So. Ah, man, yes, but the album dropped. The album's up on Spotify. Ella's doing cool stuff with the dice, and I finished an art. Actually, I finished an art, and I'm gonna post it today. I'm gonna post the Astral Knight that I made today. We need to check in on the poll to see what Baldur's Gate 3 artwork we're gonna do this weekend, because I'm worried. I'm actually kind of worried. I'm worried that I'm gonna have to draw attractive withers. So we'll check the poll. Maybe we'll make some alt accounts on Twitter to rig the results. Maybe. We could do that. I don't know if I'm comfortable drawing sexy withers. And I'm afraid that I don't have to do it this weekend. So we'll check the poll today. There's a lot of stuff to go over. And I want to talk about the new adventure idea I have. I want to do an adventure. But I need to pre-plan. I need some ideas. I want to do like a... I have an idea of doing adventures in Eldara in a way with my players where we do like sort of miniature stories here and there, right? Mini stories that are like 8 to 10 games or whatever that go a couple months and then you're done and whatever. Not like massive campaigns the next little while. So I have a couple of ideas that I want to run by you guys and see if you think... I need you guys to poke holes in it so that I can figure it out before my players do, because I guarantee you guys are way smarter than my players are. All right? Have you talked to my players? Who are my players? Ella and Dashto, and then the other two. Yeah, whatever. So listen, if you guys can't poke a hole through it, no chance Ella and Dashto can. Partially because Dashto is in a state of coma right now. Because as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by Ella's bouncy dice. Dashto did finish the album, and he's the kind of person that will overwork himself. Actually, when Dashto was trying to learn some piano, he was in his piano training arc. He's played piano since he was very little. You know, he has a small apartment in Southern California, and instead of a living room, he has a baby grand piano. That's Dashto. You gotta understand this about him. His most prized possession is his baby grand piano, and he will make any accommodations for it to make sure that his piano is right. So like he's on a piano training arc a couple of years ago, and he actually played piano so hard that he fucked his wrists up in a way that I did not know people could fuck their wrists up. I don't know what he did specifically, but he injured his wrists to the point where he couldn't move his hands properly for like months. Like we're talking like surgery level, whatever. Like when he went back to like work, 'cause he took time off work obviously because he's injured, but when he went back to work, he actually got set up like a foot pedal system, because he's a software engineer, a foot pedal system, and like a voice like text to or voice to text kind of thing, because he couldn't type for like another 3 or 4 months, right? So he goes hard. He doesn't know when to quit, and unfortunately that means that he went hard for the album, but fortunately for us, the album is finished and it's amazing. So he won't be doing anything for the next couple of weeks. He's just gonna be sitting in a puddle of Star Wars movies, snackies, and I think he might have taken time off work. I have no idea actually, but regardless, we're gonna leave him alone, and then when he's back, I'm gonna be like, hey, now I need the YouTube version of this looped 10 hours and like properly, mixed into itself, so you can have ambient Hearthwood music or whatever, some shit like that. So that's the next thing that I'm gonna bug him about, is useful for my game. But I don't know, we're gonna give him a break. He worked hard. He's a good boy. People already bite regular dice. This is gonna make things awfully or more confusing. It is busy. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna set the market on fire or set our reputation on fire. But one of the two things is gonna happen. So either way, it'll be a spectacle. Worth it just hear him play that baby grad. It is. He asked me like what my favorite piano piece was a couple months before I went down there for a BlizzCon, and I like to see all my friends in SoCal. So him and a couple of people whenever I go down for BlizzCon. So I like going for BlizzCon, or what I used to in the past, because you get 3 things. You get Disneyland, BlizzCon, and all my friends. It's a great trip. Now, I don't know if we'll be going ever again because BlizzCon got way more expensive, and my friend at Blizzard can't get us tickets anymore. And so when I think about it, and I think about BlizzCon tickets being $600 for Ella and I, US, that's like 900 Canadian. It's like, do I like BlizzCon? Do I like Blizzard games? Sure, but it's a lot easier when it was free, you know? But anyway, so I used to go down there every year, every November for BlizzCon, Disneyland, whatever, and I'd see Dashto and meet up with all of our friends and whatever, and other people would fly in. It'd be great. And a couple of months before BlizzCon one year, he said, "What's your favorite piano piece?" And I said, Ludwig van Beethoven. Ludwig van Beethoven's sonata number whatever opus who asked Appassionata is what it's called. Appassionata as what it's known as, and I forget what numbers and shit it is anyway. And he's like, okay, hold my beer, and then he just learns it, and it's like one of the most difficult pieces to learn on piano by a long shot. It's like in that elite, like, wait, what, you know, tier. So and he just learned it. He just learned it because he wanted to play something for us when we got down there and be impressive. So it was very cool. We were sitting in his like sitting area because he has a bit of a living room, but then he gave up his dining room. So there's nowhere to eat at his house. You just have the couch and his TV set up like his that, and then you have, you know, the piano. So we're sitting in his living room and listening to him play that, and I realized this kid goes hard. This kid isn't messing around, bro. If he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna fucking do it, even if it kills him. So we gotta be careful what we ask for the next album. But that's true. We gotta think about album number 2. Certain locations, certain things, certain places and people that deserve themes and soundtracks and whatnot, so he can continue to build out the soundtrack of Eldara. And I'm very excited about that because makes the project a little more legitimate in my, you know, it feels real, I guess, right? It's I worked I worked really hard and made this painting that, you know, I'm fairly proud of, and the painting was like a difficult thing for me. Getting that painting done was very, very difficult for me. I know it might not look that difficult, but trust me, the process of getting that painting done, finding my style again, being able to get into environmental painting again, it was really tough for me. And I'm proud of the effort, I guess. At the very least, I'm very proud of the effort. And you know, and then it turns into this album artwork that goes, you know, with his project for the soundtrack. It's like the first official thing from Eldara that's like well made, crafted, not a meme, not a digital piece of art or whatever, but like a thing that you can like kind of get your hands on. Well, not physically. I mean, I don't think there's any physical albums available. That'd be sick though if he could find a way to make some physical albums. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about the album, and I'm really excited about the idea of doing a second one at some point in time. Who knows how long it'll take? Probably not as long as the first one did, because a lot of the time he spent, it's kind of like, okay, to replicate that painting again would probably take me like maybe 6 to 8 hours, right? Maybe 10. Let's just say 10 comfortably. But to make the painting the first time took me 30 hours. Now, part of that's figuring out my style again, figuring my workflow for environments, and so getting back to it, it's going to take a lot less. One of the reasons I've been taking commissions in the last X months is because I'm trying to figure out this workflow that we kind of figured out with this piece right here. We figured the workflow out with this, and now I'm ready to get back into it. So anyway, same thing with music for Dashto. We had to figure out so many things with the mixing and the digital stuff and composition and software. It's so difficult and not very well supported to basically make classical orchestral music digitally. But he did it, and he has a lot of really cool tools that he used, and physical tools, so that he can like play like digital instruments himself and then sample it, and it's super cool, man. So the second album shouldn't take years, but it's something he wants to work on, and he's very passionate about it, and I'm really honored, because it's kind of like I got my John Williams. Like, I can finally be George Lucas because I got my John Williams, you know. Now I only need is my laddie, whatever his name was, but basically the guy that gave George Lucas all his money to go do stuff. So that's why I need my 20th Century Fox, but I have my John Williams, guys. I'm on my way. We're good. Jacob, you're not late at all. You're not late. What are you talking about? You're never late to this guild. The guild itself is late, so you can't possibly be late. His work should just pay him to play ambient music in his office. That would have more appeal for me to go into the office. It's true. I think so too. I agree. You know, listen. I need Cobalt. I need to become successful enough in my pursuits as a world builder, artist, all these things, so I can hire Dashto full time. My goal is if I can just get one of those, like, you know, Bel Air or like, you know, Beverly Hills or whatever mansions, you know, like the like the 40, no, like the 50 to 80 million dollar ones. Those ones, they have like a guest house, right? If I could buy one of those mansions and then I could put Dasher in the guest house and I could have like a food delivery service, bring him food every day and like clean his little, you know, house thingy and whatnot, and put like a piano in there. And like, you know, I just need to like, I just need to be able to get one of those like $80 million mansions. I wonder if I could do like a sub goal or something. Maybe we can figure that out later in this year. But I think that would probably allow me to hire Dashto on full time if I just, you know, casually put him in a in a Hollywood mansion or whatever. What's up, Bragg? We're doing good. Dies Are? I don't speak German. I'm sorry, Ashley. I don't know my DDoS dears from my dares. So, yeah, I'm not smart. I'm not Princess Liz. You are. I don't know if you heard Ashley yesterday. Fishy and I talking about it, but I told Fishy that I can't draw her character Runa with a proper crown on because I'm currently on a 6-month princess non-compete. I still have 6 months left for my non-compete from drawing you. So yeah, so don't worry. Even though I'm gonna do something Tiara like today, I want you to know that I will not affiliate myself with any other princesses or princely type figures of any sort until my non-compete with Ashley of Heart is over. So good morning, Azura. Oh, my manager was polite with you this morning. I'm not sure they're used to talking to great streamers like you. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I feel like I'm missing the other end of a joke. And now I feel dumb because sometimes I just miss shit. 80 million we can probably try. How many subs is $80 million after taxes? So I need to make enough subs that I get the 70-30 sub split, right? And then I need to get $80 million worth of that after taxes. So if you're making $80 million, your taxable income is probably about 50%. So I need to make about $160 million in subs in the next couple of months. So how many subs is $160 million in subs? That's feels like a lot. At 70-30, that's like 70% of $5 times whatever. I don't know, man. I'm not doing the math right now. I'm not getting my calculator up. What am I, a nerd? What do you think? I have my Texas Instruments TI-83 preloaded with Brick Breaker and Snake? Actually, that probably aged me quite a bit. I am positive the TI-83 is a relic of the 2000s, and people are probably on the like HC54 or whatever. I don't know. I don't know any high school students that have graphing calculators. I don't know if you even still use graphing calculators in high school. Who knows, man? I'm old. I don't care. Shut up. I'm doing great, Gabby. How you doing? Jokes in your DMs? Is it? Oh, fuck. Okay. My client. Manager. Okay. 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 I will have to get back to your manager after stream, Ashley. I saw the gist of it. I don't know the timing. Depending on the timing, that could be fucking pog. Depending on how soon it is. I'm not sure. That could be sick. All right. I will get back to your manager after. What do we got here? Lair, it is going well. How are you doing, my friend? 22,857,142 tier 1 subs at 70-30. So I only need to, and if you divide that by like multiple months, that's only, if I were to say put Atari a year's worth of subs up there, you're saying that gets real reasonable. I only need to make about 2.1 million subs per month. So what you're saying is if I could hit 2.1 million subs per month for 1 year, I can buy I can hire Dashto as a full-time composer. All right. We're going to pools, hot tubs, and whatever category. We're doing it, man. We're doing it.
Sagittarius Serpentarius, aka the Bayonetta bird.
Okay. All right. You want to submit the first round for today? If you guys missed it, Aduria has officially declared this week the Raptor meta. I mean, that's a great bird. That's a great Raptor. I that's it easily like an 8-9, and maybe a 9-0. That's a great Raptor. I'm just gonna put it out there, man. I would would not fight. Anything over 7.5 would not fight. Anything under 7.5 would fight. So that's a good starting for the day. Azura. That's great. Thank you for the 100 bits. Eldarathon? Yeah, you're right. I need to get the Eldarathon. Nearly there. We are nearly there. We just need to. Oh, if I VTube, do you think that'll get it? If I get if I get to be a cute anime girl on the internet, do you think that'll get me 2.1 million subs? What's the current sub record on Twitch? It's owned by Kai Cenat, I believe. Sub record on Twitch. The current sub record on Twitch is held by. This is verifying I'm human. It doesn't know if I'm a human or not. Okay, all right. Current sub record on Twitch is a total of 306,000. So Kai Cenat can get 306,000 subs, and he has on average, I think, 80,000 viewers. So let's see. So 6, 12, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20. So I need 80,000 times 7. What's 80,000 times 7 concurrent viewers? So if I get whatever that number is, it's what, 100. I don't know. If I can, I don't know if he's actually at 80,000 or if it's 100 or whatever. But if I can figure out how to 7x, Kai Cenat's current view count monthly, or every day, is it? Well, so if I don't know if it's 80,000 or not, but let's just say it's about 500k, because I don't know if it's up or down. So if I can hit on average 500,000 viewers every stream, then I can hire Dashto as a full-time composer, is what we're saying. All I have to do is hit 500,000 viewers. Okay, we can do it. I believe. If they all quit the next month, exactly. Overconfident are we? What am I being overconfident about, Gabby? What am I being overconfident about? I need to hit 22 million subs and 500,000 concurrent viewers for a year, and I get to hire Dashtos full time. What's the overconfidence? I don't get it. I don't understand what you're talking about. I can't. That's not overconfidence. That's a completely reasonable goal. Are you kidding? I already get 10 likes on Twitter. Yeah. What are you talking about? Human Blair art? No, we're not going AI. I'm not turning into an AI VTuber. All right. Last time I did that, I got weird pictures in my DMs, so I'm not gonna do that again. Good morning, McBluff. What's going on, dude? But yes, this week we're gonna be doing some finishing some character art, doing a couple projects, and hopefully if I can get the adventure stuff figured out, then we might actually be able to do some artwork for the Horizon Adventure, like maybe some box art or something later on in the week. It'll depend on how expedient I am at getting work done outside of stream, which yesterday was not very expedient. No, I did not do much last night, unfortunately. I had one of those days where I was working for 4 hours in the evening, like straight, but then I didn't, realize that at the end of the 4 hours, I kind of didn't really do anything. I just sort of like pushed around paint on the same piece of artwork, just kind of, not really getting anywhere. And I was like, wait, how have I gotten this far in 4 hours? I had a distractible night yesterday where it's like I get distracted by a YouTube video, I watch for 10 minutes, get back to work, forget what I was doing, go back to whatever, watch Fishy stream, go back to whatever, decide I deserve a break, so I'm gonna go play a game of League of Legends, lose an ARAM, go back to work. It wasn't a productive day, but I think I'd have those every once in a while. Those nights that I don't really get much done. It's important to balance you, Telix on Twitter is already like 70% of the way there. I think so. Yeah, I think 10 likes on Twitter, like a like on Twitter is basically worth 100,000 Twitch viewers, isn't it? Isn't that what they say? So I'm almost there, isn't it? I don't know. We should ask Shy Lily. Not much. We had had a clay workshop today. It was a fun little session where I sculpted a very arrogant looking man. Clay is amazing. Clay and sculpture is the best thing you can do for building your skills as a painter. I'm not kidding. There's something about the spatial registration of objects that happens in your brain, whereby once you mold it out of a physical substance that you can examine, you can build a model in your head of what it looks like when you're trying to render it in 2D. So one of the best things that artists can do, actually, it's a very difficult, very extensive process, is actually make a full clay muscle mold. I know some schools still do this, but not many that I've heard of in the last 20 years. But what they'll do is they'll get these little skeletons. The students will buy these little skeletons that are maybe like 1.5 feet tall. And what they'll do is the students have to build on the muscular layers of onto the model. It's like a very common sculpting, thing, but not as much for painters, but it should be. And the students build on the musculature. They sculpt the musculature out of clay and build on layer by layer, sort of the under, like you have multiple layers of muscles. If you look at it, like there's basically muscles stuck to your bones, muscles on top of it, and muscles on top of it. There's like 3 main layers of muscles. Technical anatomy stuff, nobody cares, but it's really cool. And then you put skin on, and it's all like weird and shit. And then once you do that, you're like, what the muscles are supposed to look like when you're painting a character with their arms in different positions. It's a whole thing, Alternatively, what you can do as an artist to really get anatomy down is go to the gym every day, eat a very high protein diet, get fucking ripped, jacked, and shredded. We're talking single digit % body fat, and then you don't need to know how something looks. You just measure it out. You're like, what happens what if your forearms and then you get right, like I'm not there. I'm not quite. I got a little bit of definition, but I'm not quite there, so I'm trying. All right, I'm trying. How do you lose an ARAM? Well, in my case, you just pick the wrong champion and then get locked down the first 30 seconds of combat and never recover. But I don't know how other people lose an ARAM. That's what Dave Greco does, I imagine. I don't know if Dave is jacked or not, honestly. I don't know if Dave's jacked. I should ask my friends at Blizzard. I should say, hey, I need you to physically inspect Dave Greco. I need to know how jacked he is. I need to know the Dave Greco body fat percentage, because yeah, every artist I know, it's the reason why I'm trying to lose weight. Y'all think it's for health benefits? No, it's because every artist I know that's a really great artist is either a skinny stick twig of a human or absolutely jacked, and there's no in between. So I need to lose weight, man. I don't see, I either gotta go skinny like XQC Asmongold Twig Man, which I don't know if I could ever do, or I need to get jacked. Those are the only options if I want to be a good artist. There's no room for the Pillsbury Dough artist that I am. So gotta try, man. Does he have good arms? I haven't seen him stream in a long time, so I don't know. How would you know, Guapo? How would you know? All right, I gotta do a warm-up sketch real quick. We gotta do a warm-up sketch. I gotta do, I don't know. I want to do a little landscape thingy. I enjoy doing landscapes for warm-up, so we're gonna do another one of those. We're gonna put it off in the side here, so it doesn't look like it's connected to the other one. But I want to do a little rune thing, because I feel like I can't draw today. I don't know if you guys ever get that, where you feel like you just can't actually move your brush properly, and I need to actually do a warm-up. Usually the warm-up is just for me to chill. Today the warm-up is actually legitimately required, so I'm gonna actually do that and be somewhat intentional about it instead of just kind of memeing for 3 hours and then someone comes in the stream, you know, a couple of hours from now, it's just like, oh, I still in warm-up in the intro, and they think they're funny, but really all they do is hurt me. Words hurt, man. Artists are sensitive creatures, very easily emotionally destroyed. So yeah, I don't know, man. You gotta be tender with us artists. We're not very resilient. I still have a comment somebody made about my art like a year ago that lives rent free in my head. You know, every like big streamer that I've heard of has like a comment that somebody made, like a shit talking type thing that lives in their head from like years and years and years ago, and they were a nobody. And I have one that lives in my head, and I need to do everything I can to work hard to dispel it every day. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna handle my emotional damage in the healthiest way I know. Playing Baldur's Gate with nude mod. Sorry, I mean making art that I can be proud of. That's what we're doing. We catch up sometimes. You do you? All right. Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't know you were that well connected, Guapo. I thought you only knew various, I don't know, Russian oligarchs, warlords, dictators, and nobility. I didn't think you were well connected enough that you could, you know, rub elbows with David Greco art. Do a really small thumbnail first. I love thumbnails. All right, we'll do a thumbnail. Fine. Developing a love for thumbnails is one of my biggest steps for my art. Honestly, I don't know what your art school is doing for part of the early thumbnail process for you guys, but my art school was the thumbnail prison. We had these big pages in newsprint, right? And the newsprint pages are like, I don't know. They're like these massive, like 2 by 1.5 foot pieces of art. You know, you get your little sketchbook and your little pencils and stuff, and you had these big blocks of newsprint in front of you, right? And you had to fill the newsprint with little like 1 by 2 inch thumbnails. I don't know how many it equaled out to, but it was like hundreds of thumbnails across multiple pages. You had to have like 4 pages of thumbnails per assignment before you like resolved a final thumbnail. Like, it would be fun. I don't know if anybody but like 3 artists in the community would care, but one day I kind of want to take people through like a 12-hour illustration process and do like show people what the process as like an illustrator is supposed to look. I think a lot of people online are very, it's one of those things that like people who are self-taught artists that brag about being self-taught, a lot of the times one of the downsides they don't really acknowledge of being, because there are upsides of being self-taught, but there are also downsides and upsides then, you know, to going to school. One of the upsides to going to school is you grow your discipline to do dumb shit you don't want to do in your art, and you never do that as a self-taught artist in the same way. And one of the things that people don't necessarily usually do is they make an entire billion fucking thumbnails and do a proper development progression.
Hello
you
there.
know? So I'm thinking about trying it on stream and showing people what it's supposed to look like and what you know, what real artists do instead of the rest of us. Hi Sanix, what's going on, dude? Thank you for the 100 bits. What's up, Sanix? What you got? What's going on? How you been? The only art I do is thumbnails, and I'm getting quite good, in my opinion. Well, there you go. You can be a storyboard artist. Then you don't have to worry about actually being good at art. I was told that by an art director once. He was like, you know what, Evan, you'd be a really great storyboard artist. So I was like, oh wow, that's a great compliment, thank you. And he said, no, not because I think that you'd be good at storyboard, but because you can't finish pieces. So if you want a career, you should probably explore storyboard. I was trying to be nice and supportive, but like realistically, I don't know if you have what it takes to be an illustrator. I was like, Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the input. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Because like some art directors and artists by extension feel like there's a meta. The meta is being real. You gotta be real, man. You gotta be harsh. It's like it's much more of a thing in the graphic design field than it was in the illustration field. But like a lot of design teachers and art directors and like, you know, mentor like figures in the graphic design field, in like not like graphic design as in your like your community college graphic design course that you like got into. I mean like proper graphic design schools that go off to do big important projects. Not that you can't be a big important graphic designer if you start at a community college, just the likelihood is probably 1 in 100 instead of like 30 in 100. That's all I mean. So if you go to like a real graphic design school and whatnot, there's this whole meta with a lot of instructors and stuff about being an asshole. So they're like, yeah, man, the world, it's difficult out there. If you aren't willing to take the beats, you ain't strong enough to make it in this industry. Yep, you're not good enough, kid. And it's just like, it goes from like real criticism to being an asshole immediately. And like part of the thing is like, can you withstand somebody being an asshole? And whenever you're like, hey man, you're being an asshole, you're like, I ain't being an asshole, I'm just being real. You know? Some of that does happen with art as well, in the illustration and design or and concept and character design field and whatnot. Not as much though, but you know, I feel like I got a little bit of that from some art directors where they're like, hey man, hey kid, if you can't take the criticism, you can't take this industry, you're not built for it. It's like, that's not criticism, you're just calling me bad. What do you mean? This wasn't critical. Nothing about what you said was critical. You just said that I wasn't a good illustrator. What? It's not, you know. But like when you're a young 20, early 20 something that just got out of school, you have no idea. You're this like 38-year-old art director being mean to you, and you think they're like, you know, this well accomplished whatever. You have no idea that they have, you know, a drinking problem. They're going through a divorce. They hate their job and whatever else. And they're just taking it out on the young artist. At the time, you think that they're giving you like hard, like real world life lessons, you know? It's always important to be able to differentiate between criticism and people being mean. You know, it's something that I have to do on stream. Not as much anymore. When I first started streaming, people would come in and offer me critical opinion all the time, and I don't know why it stopped. It stopped at a certain point in time where like you get less first chatters that are just like, well, I think that the whatever on your thing is wrong and you can fix it. Like, a friend explained it to me who's an artist that said that it was a compliment. I don't know if this is true. The way she explained it to me is she said that when you're like not very good, people think that you're like that they are within reach of your ability and they can criticize it to help you out, but usually it's just to make themselves feel cool, right? Because they're like right. But as soon as you get good to a point that people don't think that they can offer valid criticism, they don't try to. So she's like, if you stop getting like first time chatter criticisms from randos on Twitch, that means you've gotten good enough that they don't feel like they can. I don't know if that's true or not. I like to think that's true, but it's probably not true. And I'm probably just sucking, you know, black currant and lime flavored copium through my mask when I think that, but you know. Evan teaches how to make clickbait thumbnails, YouTube tutorial. I already taught you, Ashley, I taught you all you needed to know about clickbait thumbnails on YouTube. I was your sensei. Just add a censored bar to everything. That's, no, okay, the way I make clickbait thumbnails is very unique. I wouldn't do it. You're probably better than me. Yeah, well, I know you're better than me, but you're probably always better than me. One of my lecturers is a graphic designer, and she is one of the sweetest teachers I've ever had, and she's good at tearing apart what you're working on in a beneficial way. That's great. That's a difficult skill to do. That's a difficult skill because the thing is there's a fine line that people don't necessarily know how to thread. The line is, I need to be harsh with you, and if you can't take it, shut up, pussy. Right? But the problem is when people are often assholes to you, and then you're like, hey, I don't like what you're saying, and they're like, shut up, pussy. It's like, you know, it's like one of those like, there's valid criticism where you need to like grow the fuck up and eat shit and take the criticism. And if you can't take that criticism, yeah, you're a weak weirdo that won't make it in the industry, and it sucks to hear, and it sucks even more to feel it in the industry. So like there's that harsh like bravado that happens that is legitimate and reasonable in some cases, but sometimes that harsh bravado or whatever is applied in not a fair way but an asshole-ish way, and since there's this weird like authority kind of like gap between you as a student and somebody as the senior or instructor or art director or whatever it is, that if they can't maintain that, if they can't like use their power properly and do it right, then they're really failing everyone underneath them. And you see it all the time with students and teachers in design school especially, and at design firms, you know. So if like that's great, honestly. Teachers who or instructors in general who are able to sort of provide valuable feedback and are able to dismantle something, but in a way they're like, it really comes down to intent. What's your intent in dismantling something? Are you trying to help the person figure it out, or are you trying to make yourself feel better because you want to yell at somebody? You know? And you can't trust yourself sometimes. You can't trust yourself that you're doing it with the other person's best intentions at heart all the time. You have to constantly be evaluating yourself as an instructor or a mentor or whatever, to try and figure out if, you know, if you're doing it just for your own benefit, or if you're actually trying to help somebody improve. So that's awesome. If you've lucked out on a great instructor, that's absorb that and remember it and be present in that student mentor relationship. So all my lectures are entirely satisfied with what they see from me, but that's absolutely the point, and they're really good balancing encouragement with criticism. Yeah, it's great. Critical feedback could deliver me bottles of bourbon more often. Yeah, all right. That's... Listen. Bribing the DM is like bribing the art director. And like I'm really resistant to giving people critical feedback, because in most cases that I have given critical feedback to people who have asked for it online, they didn't actually want critical feedback. And so I am very, very, very soft with people unless they like demonstrate that they are willing to, looking for, and accepting of critical feedback. Which, you know, there's two camps of sort of like artists, and I've heard both things from both friends. You know, sort of friends on both sides. Some people say, yeah, you got to be soft on people that you don't know. You don't know if some random person, you know, on the internet who asks you for feedback just needs a little bit of encouragement. They don't actually want feedback. They just want you to tell them they're going in the right direction, because they don't get that anywhere else. And if you tear them down in any way, they're done. There's also the other group that says you are doing a disservice to people by making them jump through hoops to actually get real feedback from you. Both are simultaneously right, and I don't know what the sort of better way to do it is often. So I just like stopped kind of giving a lot of feedback and stopped doing a lot of art related stuff last year. And I want to figure out how to bring it back in a really productive, creative way. I just got to figure out the format for it, you know? There's certain artists in the community, obviously, that I know that I can give very critical feedback for, and they will accept it. And, you know, we have a trust relationship where they know that I have their best interests at heart, and they know that I'm not trying to tear them down. And when I offer something, there's something there, you know? So it's like you have like Bluffs and Venus of the community, and Thorkins and all of our other little flourishing artists that are amazing artists now and blowing me away every time they make these advancements. And it's like, you know, it's great to have like peers and that sort of relationship, you know. But then there's lots of artists that come in, it's like first message, hey, what do I do to improve this? And it's like, I don't know what you actually want, you know. So it's tough, man. It's tough. It's also probably not really a problem, but I'm just making it more of an issue than it actually is by being dramatic about it, which is fine, you know. If there's nothing else I can do on a day in Twitch, hopefully it's farm some drama. So, got down for Maker's Mark. Stop buying Guapo bourbon. He doesn't need any more. All right. Guapo doesn't. You know what? Guapo doesn't deserve bourbon. Guapo doesn't deserve bourbon, McBluff. He made his choice. If Guapo wanted bourbon, he had all the other great things that came with bourbon. All right, cowboy hats, Dallas Cowboys, Cowboys nightclub, and Cowboys and assless chaps, and bourbon. And he gave all that up for croissants. Croissants and saving the world. Bullshit. Bullshit, man. All right. Come on.
About to lock onto your location 10-9.
Oh, shit. No, I'm sorry. Okay, you can have your bourbon. You can have your bourbon. You can have your blood bourbon, all right? All right, I'm sorry. Fine, you can have your blood war bourbon. Fine. God, Jesus, man. Don't fucking send Jocko Willink at me. Bro, relax. I'm the third group. It's your time worth giving feedback to randos when you have a life to get to. People got YouTube. Well, I recognize sometimes that it's good to get a specialized, like a bespoke opinion about your art. Critical feedback is very necessary for artists in a lot of different ways. So I try and be responsive to that kind of thing, but I don't know. People like Thorkin, your feedback is one complementary piece of an entire learning framework that he's succeeding with. True, and I haven't really been. Honestly, Thorkin's been doing his own thing recently. I haven't really been giving him a lot of feedback, but he's been succeeding. You know. I'll admit, like, I don't like to get into sort of the like emotional aspect, the personal side of things like this, because I don't think people honestly really care that often. But occasionally it's worth a little bit of value to the conversation. And I've wondered really hard. I've really battled with the idea that my feedback is even really valuable for a lot of people, right? Because it's like, who am I to give someone feedback? Who am I to give someone critical feedback? You know, it's like I'm not some great artist. It's like, is it responsible of me to give somebody feedback that they could be taking to heart and using to shape their artistic journey? I don't know. I don't want to do damage to artists, and so I worry about that sometimes. I have to balance that, like, and really try and figure out what I can give feedback on that is like, yes, this is valuable stuff that I can talk about, and what is stuff that's like, who am I to say this, because I still struggle with it too. You know, I'm not a great artist as it is, so it's like, or do I just give people the feedback and they can make their own decision if they want to, you know, take it or not? It's like, if you see an artist make something like this and you're like, hey, I love that artist's opinion, and you ask for it, and the artist is like, oh, I don't know if I'm good. It's like, I don't know, man. You know? So it's a thing that I think about quite a bit. I was thinking 100 bits, Bob. I do appreciate it. I don't think I said that, but I appreciate it, bro. Thanks for 100 bits, man. I'll put that towards hiring Dashto full time as a composer. So thanks, man. Currently, we are 100 out of 10 million bits, I think. That'd be $100,000 a year. Yeah, we're currently 100 out of 10 million bits to hire Dashto on full time. So thanks for making the dream come true, bro. Appreciate it. It's okay to get butthurt when I get some harsh reviews, people, but I know I'm just being dramatic. You don't hold it against them and get over it. You might, Nix, but you're a responsible artist that progresses in a healthy way, learns from their, you know, mistakes, celebrates their triumphs, and you progress pretty well. Like, I'd say, obviously I don't know you on like a super personal level or anything, Nix, but from what I've seen when we talk about art, I think you're very insightful and very well balanced about how to progress as an artist. And I think you overestimate a lot of people, you know, based on your own experience. So a lot of people will get butthurt, and then the useful material will be lost in that butthurtness. All right, with the butt becoming detonated, so too do you destroy all, you know, in that great explosion of when somebody goes beyond butthurt to butt detonated. So too is lost the valuable information. Someone put that on a card or a t-shirt. I feel like it's a good quote, you know, like an artist quote from the 21st century or whatever. That's what I'll be remembered by, or for. Do y'all have Mardi Gras and celebrations there? In Paris? Do they? I don't think so. I don't think they like anything from America. If you ask a Parisian if they enjoy anything to do with Mardi Gras, they'll probably say we're not celebrating Mardi Gras until you start pronouncing New Orleans correctly. So that's my opinion on the bluff, but who am I to decide international politics and to speak for the entire French population of the world? Except for the Quebecois, I can speak for them. Yep. Take 48 art damage. Some people can't. Some people have 0 health pool for that, Ashy. You know? You have to gauge that if they have the skill to make the improvement. Absolutely. It's really hard. It's really, because, like, here's the thing, Atomic. If somebody comes to my stream and says, hey, what can I do to be better? They're trying to sort of step out as an artist and try and role play as an artist. And, like, they're trying to LARP as an artist and feel like they want to improve. And sometimes you have to help them fake it a little bit until they make it, right? You need to give somebody a little bit of a push and make them feel like they're sort of in that artistic progression. Maybe not usefully, but at least get them into the mindset so that they can build themselves up into the person that they need to be to actually make that journey. And if you hit them too hard with that, with like the reality or whatever early on, they just don't want to be an artist ever, and they just drop it. And we know, and part of my reasoning for this is that there's a lot of artists out there that just need a fucking hug. Like, it's real. You wouldn't have Stylessa and Adam Duff be so popular. Like, Adam Duff makes a video basically that's called, hey, if you're bad at art, you're not bad, and I love you. And that's like the title of his video. And the entire video is just dad Adam Duff being like, hey man, keep your chin up, you're doing fine, you're a beautiful soul, telling artists the emotional things they need to hear. There's a lot of artists that need to hear that shit. And from artists that are like, you know, these cracked little broken people that need to be built up a little bit, we get heroes and champions from there. And if nobody gave them a gentle touch to begin with, they would not have gotten the like momentum they need to actually accept a shove, right? But the problem is then if you're gentle with everyone, right? Like if I tell McBluff is just like, hey, here's my art, I'm really proud of it. I'm like, McBluff, you're such a beautiful artist. Your instincts for your creativity are overflowing, and your uniqueness is on display. And I think that you just do what you need to do for yourself because you're amazing and you'll bloom into like an amazing artist. That's not gonna fucking help McBluff. But saying, hey, your anatomy is really kind of shit, and we can work on it like this. Your like gesture's fantastic. Your perspective doesn't really work, and your anatomy needs a lot of help. And then McBluff is like, okay, great, I know the specific thing to go work on. And she goes and works on it. And then it's amazing. And it's like, you never know what message to give an artist. And I'm so anxious about it, about giving artists the wrong messages if I don't know them that well, you know? The artists I go to for critique just end up going, you start over at the end. That's rough. That's not useful. I think maybe we'll do like a formal critique channel or whatever at some point in time. I don't know, man. I gotta make that, because trying to make that into good stream content's tough, right? I dig with the I'm applying feedback, but I almost never take it harshly. But I'm also a bit burnt out right now, and that's, you know, you have to be in the right mindset for that. So, you know, I hope you get back on the take time you need to rest, Azura, and then I hope you get back onto. But like artist burnout's also something that I have a very controversial opinion on. That I don't know if it's like I've never really stated my formal opinion on artist burnout, like my real opinion on it. I try and give a general advice on it, but I don't know, man. I think people treat burnout the wrong way. I think people try and treat it the absolute wrong way. Every time somebody says, oh, if you're burnt out, you need to rest, I'm like, that ends careers. That ends careers, bro. You know? I love the Mardi Gras Spanish French in origin. We just yoinked it. Yeah, just the old American yoink. Things I know about Canada, there's two Canadas. One is Quebec, the other is everywhere else, and Quebec hates everywhere else. Yes, that's why we like Thorkin, because he's French, but he's not from Quebec. All right, that's why he gets to remain head of the table for our French negotiations with French Canadians. But mostly because when you're not from Quebec, but you're French Canadian, you can actually take a joke, which is kind of funny, you know. A lot of artists identify with that. It's super easy for me to get down on myself. Yeah, it's easy for every artist to get down on themselves, absolutely. And a lot of that is, it's like you have to balance sort of like this hubristic confidence with sort of your humility, and you have to kind of find that in between. And there are ways to do it for both, for different like sort of temperaments. But the problem is, like, I give my opinion on how to do it, and you don't have the right temperament, then you take my opinion seriously, it ends your career, right? So it's like, again, another one of those things. It's so specialized. Like, I would love to like mentor people, like to actually have like a one-on-one mentorship with people who are looking to like improve, but that's so much time that I just can't do it, you know, unless I were to like charge for mentorships, and I don't know if I want to do that because that's a lot, you know. But a lot of artists do that, and maybe it's useful. Maybe I should start doing that. I don't know. As a streamer too, you give the advice: don't be a streamer. Go make YouTube videos for a year to learn how to entertain, build an audience, and they ignore you. Go stream to League of Legends to 0 viewers. Stop shit talking Blaze. He's right here. Holy fuck. Yeah, you're right about that though. Good morning, Lady Soja. What's going on? What's up? Hold on. Let me. This is Lady Soja Malay. There you go. You get a fedora tip today, Lady Soja. What's going on? I'm constantly trying out new stuff, trying to improve, but I'll always be an amateur. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to you. If you're constantly trying to improve, I don't think that makes you that'll keep you as an amateur. I think that every artist has the capability of being a generational defining talent. I think you do. I think every artist has that potential. It's just, can you identify how to overcome your specific hurdles, right? And do you want to? And are you willing to give stuff up for it? And some artists say yes and they do it, and some artists say no, and some artists say yes and they aren't actually willing to do it. And it's like a whole thing. You never know with a person until they sort of apply it. But I don't think it's fair to label yourself and say, like, you know, maybe it's like, I like being an amateur and it's fun. I like being, like, taking art kind of like casually. That's fine. But if you're like, yeah, I want to be improved and I want to be a great artist, but I'll always be an amateur, I don't think that's fair to you. I think that you, I believe more from you is possible when I hear people say that, you know? Say, damn, bro, you're trying to draw a human or an immaculated horse. What the hell is this anatomy? And how it's going to respond with understood, chief. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. It's like part of critique. I think important critique is to identify what an artist needs from critique. Is they need to be told where to go to fix the problem, not how to fix the problem, but how and where to start, because that's the thing that's not obvious to them, right? And I try and do that, but I don't know. I don't know if people ever really take it seriously, because sometimes I tell people to go do not fun stuff, you know. Good morning, Steve. What's going on, bro? Burnout because I feel as though I don't know what to work on. So my specific case might be helpful to be like, work on gesture this way. Azura, put something if you're up to it now, and you don't have to. If you want to think about it or whatever, you're like, fuck that. I'd rather sit and chill, or yeah, I'm down. If you want, all right, no pressure to. Drop something in studies, work in progress, and feedback that you want some actual feedback on, and I'll give you a little quick, like, here's where I think you would benefit from working on stuff if you want, and I can give you maybe a little bit of direction if you like. Obviously, who am I, and maybe you don't want direction from me, but if you like a little bit of direction, I'm happy to do that if you want to drop something in studies, work in progress, and feedback. But it's up to you. So it just takes a while to take the advice. Yeah, it's sometimes it's also like it takes a while to understand the advice too. So what's up, Portella? What's going on? But and maybe I can show you guys what I mean for like specific critical advice and how to, in my opinion, to give it properly, how to give like direction. Happy to like give an example about that, because I think that a lot of artists, like, I'm torn between the, well, who am I to give advice, and also the idea that every artist has something to contribute, you know. And I always try and be very, very helpful if I can, but you know, maybe I'm kind of stuck in my drawing portrait phase of art. Hit it. Tell me when it's up, and I'll go give you some direction, if I can. I give the same streaming advice to 4 different people. 1 changed nothing, 2 didn't stream anymore, and 1 doubled their viewers in a week following 1 paragraph advice. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of. It's also hard though, because for streaming, people sometimes they give advice that they don't necessarily understand themselves, and it's like you give it this advice that is in theory the right thing to do, but you don't really know if it's the right thing to do for that channel. I've gotten some very bad advice before from big streamers who are much larger than me, that I'm like, I think in my gut this is bad advice, and it's like, am I being stubborn or is this bad advice? And then I like a year later, I'm like, that was terrible advice. I'm so glad I didn't follow that. Or like, I can't believe I followed that. That was terrible. You know, it's so hard when you're also on the student side of like how to properly accept and take in, understand that advice or criticism or whatever it is. Streaming is, I think, honestly, streaming advice is a lot more complicated than art advice, if that makes sense. Art advice is very good and fundamental. You can go very directly and hit something like a fundamental. It's very hard for streaming, but yeah, it's a similar skill set, I think, to be able to deliver good opinion or whatever. For 3 useful things for burnout: go back, work on basics, stuff you know you can do. 2, try something different, something outside of your wheelhouse, get out of your current environment. Okay, my opinion on streamer, or sorry, not streamer. My opinion on artist burnout and how to fix it. Despite what a lot of people say, I don't think that burnout is best treated by rest and relaxation. And let me sort of caveat this by saying sometimes burnout does require rest and relaxation. And I don't know for you. I've had both. I've had burnout where I've needed some rest. I've had burnout where I've needed not rest, and it's most of the time, 9 out of 10 times I've experienced burnout, it's been not rest. Only once in my career that I can really think of, or maybe twice, that I really needed to just fucking rest. So burnout, to me, the way I understand burnout is not a I have worked too hard problem, Burnout is a problem of I have worked too hard and seen no results, right? If you were, let's say, an artist and you were getting commissions for $1,000 a pop, people are paying you, you work 10 hours, they give you $1,000. You would do a commission every day. If you had the ability to do that, $1,000 a pop, you could work 10 hours a day to start to finish commission, easy clients, no revisions asked for. They just say, I want a dragon, you draw a dragon. I want a Catman, you draw a Catman. Whatever it is, you just one up, one down. You could probably work every single day without rest and not get burnt out, even though you're overworking yourself by sort of standards. So a lot of times when burnout happens, it's because you are working without necessarily seeing results. So you're in that plateau phase as an artist where you aren't growing and you're working really hard and you're not seeing any success, or you're working hard, you're not seeing any sort of like results from either financially or engagement on social media, whatever your metric is for reward. Your reward structure, burnout happens when your reward structure does not fire for what you're doing for long enough. And for me, honestly, the way that I treat burnout and that I've given advice to friends that have in one case to one of our Twitch regulars that's always here, and I think it helped her quite a bit. She said as much, is to not work less but to work more and harder, and to try and push through in a trajectory that is something that you can see very quick results for. So, for instance, I'm an artist. I'm burnt out. I work every day. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. I'm struggling. I'm doing blah, 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 blah. What is something that you can sort of win at? Would it be great if you did a piece of fan art and got 100 likes on it? Would you feel good about that? Great, go do that. You stop studying, stop doing your studies and your whatever, your fundamentals. Go do a piece of fan art that you're going to get 100 likes on, whatever it is. Go draw a piece of art that you're going to feel like you can make a print of and sell. Whatever. Do something, change around your workflow, what you're doing, the current goal that you're pursuing right now. You need to stop going for that as hard, or in addition, pursue another goal to try and find some sort of positive reinforcement for what you're doing so that your brain chemistry fires properly, so your reward and pursuit systems fire properly to say, chemically, hormonally, whatever, yes, body, you are doing the right thing. Because if we are feeling like we are on the right track for things, our reward systems, our dopamine systems, all that kind of stuff, our parasympathetic, sympathetic, mid-singular cortex, limbic, whatever, all those things work together. All those systems work together to give us the energy we need to feel fucking fantastic about working hard. People like working hard. We love working hard on things that matter, right? You know this because you know that when you start, you can't pick up your pen. You can't do any work, man. You're an artist. You want to be a big artist, but you can't fucking draw. It feels like shit every time you do it. You feel like your chest is being ripped apart in anxiety whenever you pick up your pen. But man, can you go spend 8 hours in Minecraft building a fucking dope-ass base. Why can you spend 8 hours in Minecraft building a dope-ass base and not 8 hours drawing? Why do you feel burnt out from your art? Because you're not getting anything back from it. Your brain is like, it doesn't understand the nuances of like long-term goals. Your brain understands sugar, sex, short-term pursuit, fat, acid, like the things that your body and brain evolved to want, right? It understands that shit. So when you're like, oh, I'm gonna build a Minecraft base, it's gonna be dope, and you do that for 8 hours, and it fucking feels fantastic, and you grind through. You're sitting there picking away at stone underground for 3 hours, mining enough stone to build your base. Why can we do that, but you can't pick up your pencil and start an illustration that you know in 3 hours you're gonna be able to post on Twitter or whatever? Because your reward structure is burnt the fuck out, and you need to change what you're doing to be able to align yourself in a way that you can get your reward structure feeling like what you're doing is progress. So maybe that means doing, after your like really difficult 3 hours of practice that you're going to do that day, spend 2 hours instead of going and like taking a rest. Spend 2 hours working hard on something that you know you can post and get some feedback on, or that you can make art for a friend that will really like it, or whatever. You got to find out whatever the thing is for your art that'll make you happy and make you feel rewarded, and then you go do that as well. So my advice for burnt out artists is often not, oh, you need to just rest and recuperate and whatever. If you rest and recuperate, you're still not getting any of that reward structure built back up, and your brain still doesn't want to do it. I've seen artists take a month off and they come back to their art, and yes, they're able to tolerate the stress again to push through, but they aren't really addressing the problem that was there. The problem was there a month ago with they spent 10 hours on a painting and they don't feel like they're growing and they're frustrated and they're not getting anywhere and nobody likes it and they're not making any money and all these other things that makes artists feel burnt out, is still there. So maybe it is an issue of go work on your fundamentals and become really fucking badass at lighting and go repaint one of your paintings with crazy cool lighting on like an overlay layer or some shit. And then feel like, so I don't feel like artists all the time need to rest when they're burnt out. I feel like a lot of times they need to work harder and work differently and work smarter and change what they're doing. Not necessarily just like sit down and shut up and you know, eat a Snickers bar. You're not you when you're hungry. Okay, all right. Actual feedback. What are we looking at? Let's see. Where are we at? Let's look at the most recent piece here. Okay, we got an evolution here. We got progress. We got characters. We got I see you starting to experiment with lighting here. I see you doing Vivillon references. I see you starting to do stuff without line work. You're starting to expand out. You're progressing. So there definitely is a progression here. Absolutely. These are great. These are fantastic. So let's do the piece that we looked at, the title piece here, the frame one. So I don't want to overload you with feedback on everything that's wrong with it, right? Because that's not useful. What I said is that I want to sort of provide useful feedback that someone can actually go, produce action on. So what I think that, there are some issues here, obviously, with proportions, with anatomy. You'd benefit from doing some anatomical studies of fundamentals of face shapes and things like that. So breaking faces down into their basic shape components, triangles, planes, whatever, things like that, to understand how to construct a face, in a more accurate way, so that you don't have things like oddly shaped eyes and whatnot. But that's not a big issue. The one thing that I think would benefit you the most from your current sort of development is 2 exercises. I think 2 exercises would really benefit you. The first, the 2 things that I'm going to point out and that we're going to focus on is your mark making, your line work confidence, that kind of stuff, and your painting. All right. So your line work, like your overall shapes and stuff like that, are pretty good. I think there's a lot that you can be proud of in there, and a lot that you can obviously develop, but stuff that isn't necessarily glaring and distracting from your work. So 2 things that could clean your work up a lot better is your marks are very scratchy, very hatchy, very whatever. So I would say there's lots of exercises you can do by constructing shapes with fewer line works, fewer brush strokes, right? And the exercise to sort of develop that is to do very quick studies of like heads, faces, whatever. So try and draw portraits in like 30 seconds to a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. What that looks like is stuff like doing studies of the basic sort of fundamentals of portraiture. You have your face, you have your basic your basic structures, whatever it is. You're gonna be very, very quick, very scratchy, very very loose, but you're limited on time, right? You're limited on time of what you have sort of present for your current, studies or whatever, however you want to do studies or whatever it is, right? Limit your time, limit your limit what you give yourself to like finish a piece or whatever. So you can focus on lighting or whatever it is, whatever you want to for your studies, but try and limit yourself quite a bit on time. You will develop a better sort of mark making structure to become more confident with your lines. You will naturally become more confident with your lines once you have less time to develop your ideas. And so I don't know, do like 30 to 45 second, studies or whatever, and do like I don't know, 50, 100, whatever you want to do. That will make it so that you get less of this sort of like hairy lines where you're trying to like figure out how a face is constructed. You're like, okay, well, oh shit, like I want to find the line and then try and and so it'll make you a lot more confident, and it'll allow you to sort of form and figure out what your composition is going to be a lot easier. The second thing is on your paint. Ooh, that's what I want to do. Is on your painting side of things. I think you should try painting with a hard brush. And it's gonna suck. But your sort of blending is also showing a lack of confidence. You know what you're doing, but you're not super. The translation between your hand, your eye, your brain, your hand is not super confident. And to develop that confidence is really fun because you get to suck at painting, and the point is to suck at painting. And so paint with a hard brush. Paint with just a hard, round, whatever, hard square, single, 100% opacity brush. And try and learn how to replicate your painting and pick colors and blend and stuff based on that. And it'll make you, when you go back to things like using your soft brush and trying to like paint your characters' faces and stuff like that, it'll make you super bold. If you try and focus on like two-tone, like light and shadow, you know, a good way to study this is to look at like sculpture, marble sculptures in light. Yeah. Hold on, I don't want no nude shit on here. I don't want Twitch's TOS, right? And you find these light and darks. So you have a dark and you have a light, and you paint it in your character studies with a hard brush, hard round brush, hard square brush, whatever you want to choose. And you have two tones. You can even take this into Photoshop if you want. And go to your level. Wait, what's Control L? Yeah, go to your levels and change your levels. Oops, wait. Wrong one. So you brighten your brights and darken your darks. And you can see the shapes that are made up. And you can do that as much as you want, right? And paint with a broad, with a very, like, find a good sort of mid so that your when you squint at it, your brain kind of form, you know, light and dark sort of shadow shapes. And try and paint the shadow shapes. Don't worry about the form. Paint the shadow shapes. And that's a good exercise for that.
Hello,
too. So,
I am late and don't want to interrupt.
Hi, Duria.
But
What's
I
up?
won't have a chance later, so have the meta for the day. Falco Sparvarius.
All right. It's a good raptor in everything but size. This raptor would probably hit an 8-9, maybe like an 8-8, 8-7, 8-9. But since it looks like small enough that I could probably kick it and kill it, I'm gonna give it like a 7-8. It's gonna lose a full point for being too small to not be kicked. But this is a great raptor. I like these colors. It's a fucking solid submission, man. Shit, bro. Thanks 100 bits of Daria. Doing whatever you're doing today, man. Have fun with whatever you're chilling at. But yeah, so I think that there's exercises to break it down into building line confidence and building your painting confidence. And I think that those two things on point will make it very easy for you to develop your the other fundamentals that you need to develop. Things like, you know, proportions and anatomy and lighting and whatnot. Those things will be easier once your confidence to actually render things, what you're trying to study is improved. So those are the two like directional things that I would go pursue, and I think it'll make a big difference in your art. But it's up to you. Go have fun doing whatever you're doing. Okay, let me catch you in chat. First, I found that it depends on specific burnout. If it's burnout from a specific project, you absolutely need to step away for a while, day, not exactly rest, then you never get back to it. Yeah, it's tough. Burnout advice is tough because you kind of need to know the person in a lot of ways, right? Like like I said, I had a friend who I gave some burnout advice for recently that I know her very well, and I knew precisely what she was going for and what she wasn't, you know, happy with. And I told her to work a lot harder, and it worked, and she did, and she crushed it, and she did some amazing shit, and she's all better, you know. And I've needed both sort of ends of those advice, that spectrum, recently in the last year. Like one thing I've done that has helped me paint better is trying to find time every day to play video games, and it's been brutal. I have not been able to play video games. I played Baldur's Gate 3 because the game was so good, but now that I'm Baldur's Gateless, I've had very, very deep struggles trying to play games and trying to relax in the evenings. You know, I finish my work and I tell myself, okay, I'm not. It's 8:30. I've been working since 9 a.m. I'm done for the day. I'm not gonna let myself work anymore. But I don't really know what to do, because I don't want to play any games, and games are too expensive, and I don't know if I'll actually like the game, and it's just stressful, But I also then, needed to work harder on things like I also needed to add an extra couple of hours of work to my time, every weekend. Every weekend, now I've been trying to develop my bullshit anime style, right? Oops, not that. But like I've been trying to learn this. Like I didn't do any work on it yesterday, so it's just as bad as it was yesterday. But I've been trying to learn this like step-by-step rendering of like for doing like bullshit anime stuff, because it's a fun like break from like proper painting, from like formal classical painting. And it's fun to do different dumb shit like that. Even though it doesn't really improve me as a formal painter, it's fun to progress in that way. And in that progression, you find improvements in sort of surprising ways. And it's necessary. So for me, I had to make more art. I just have to change what I'm doing a little bit to not be necessarily just the same, just grinding away at the same character sketch, the same painting or whatever it is all day. So yeah, I mean, it's complicated. It's a complicated problem to be in. Every artist will need to deal with the problem of burnout at some point in time. Hopefully it doesn't affect you super hard. Hopefully you get off pretty easily, with something manageable like crippling anxiety, and not something unmanageable like carpal tunnel. That's all I can hope for. Try the quick sketches. Yeah, I think it'll help. Do you read manga? I read manga before bed. Yeah, I usually read manga. I have my iPad, and I usually read manga for maybe like 20-30 minutes before bed. But I don't usually tend to read all that often during the day. I don't really buy a lot of manga anymore. I have like subscriptions to like, Shonen Jump and stuff like that now for digital. But I have a whole bookcase in my bedroom. I have two bookcases in my bedroom. One on each side of the wall. One is novels, D&D books, things like that. The other is like just manga. It's my entire manga collection that I started building when I was like 13 years old or whatever. Up to the point that I basically stopped buying manga when I was like maybe 22, 23. Just because I ran out of space and I was like, I do not have the library for this. I have to stop buying this, which is so upsetting, man. I'm so bummed. I wish I could buy books and stuff. Every time I go to Japan, I buy like 20 or 30 volumes of a couple of different series, and I'll read those, and it's amazing. And I have like my manga store for a couple months that I can go to whenever I want to, like, buy a new manga for myself for the week and read it through a couple times. But it's been a while, and I don't really read comic books either anymore. I used to read a ton of comic books. I used to read comic books back when Dark Horse had a Star Wars license, because when Dark Horse had the Star Wars license, there was Knights of the Republic, there was Legacy, there was Dark Times. What else was there? There was like Clone Wars. And these are all long-term, like, monthly series. And then there was, like, one-offs, like, weird, like, 4 to 5 issue things that would be, it started in May and end in September or whatever. And I loved that. I used to love going to the comic book store, and I'd buy, like, the newest issue of, like, the 3 that I could find that were out that day, or the 2 that were out, KOTOR and Legacy or whatever, and then, like, 1 or 2 of the one-offs. And it was great, and I loved that. I loved having Star Wars comics to read. But I just, when they stopped making them, and then Disney bought it and whatnot, and they stopped doing it, I just stopped, because they just stopped they started doing the Marvel stuff again, but like the Marvel Star Wars comics, I've read a couple, and I was like, this is not really Star Warsy that I want. It was all like they're trying to like hype up the new movies and stuff, and I don't know. I miss that. I miss reading comic books. I miss reading comic books. I miss reading manga. I'm not a big superhero comic book guy. The last time I really read a bunch of superhero stuff was when DC launched the New 52. Like 10-12 years ago, and that was fun. I read New 52, Green Lantern, and Supergirl and Superman, and those were great. And yeah, since then I haven't bought a comic book in probably 8 years. Soul Eater's pretty good. We're just doing a little warm today, Nick. We're doing warm. How you doing, bro? Have you seen / read free run? I have had free. So I feel like because I'm a person on the internet, I've had everything about free run spoiled for me. But I do want to watch it. I'm probably gonna watch. I remember when free run, I saw the manga on like the free manga, platforms or whatever, and I was like, oh, this might be cool, and I didn't read it. And then when I saw that they had the anime made for it, I thought that was pretty cool. So I'll probably watch it at some point in time instead of reading it. Because I feel like that's the common experience most people have, unless the manga is like way better, in which case I'll probably just read it instead of watch it. But I'm not the person who does both. I don't watch and read a story or a show or whatever. I'll either watch or read it. I don't have the patience to read something that I've already watched or vice versa. You know, so I don't know. I don't know what the better experience is, but I'm definitely, it's on my list because I've been feeling like I want fantasy shit. All right, I want a fantasy manga. I want fantasy comic books. I want some fantasy. But they don't make fantasy comic books for some reason, and it's a tragedy. And if they do, it's usually shitty. And you know I'm right about that. So, restarting drawing after starting to have carpal tunnel as a hand swelling has been rough. It's a tough recovery. There's a lot of physio, a lot of struggles, a lot of pain, but I've seen artists do it, and you can get back there, you know? Yeah, we were talking about manga and comics. I used to read comic books all the time. I still have 6 long boxes full somewhere. I think I have like 3 or 4. I have my Star Wars box, my DC and miscellaneous box, and then I have my like Aspen Comics box. And that's about it. So, yeah. New Comic Day was awesome. New Comic Day was awesome. It was a fun thing, man. I feel like a lot of that culture of like communal like game stores and comic book stores is kind of dead, but maybe not. Maybe it's still alive and well some places. I hope it is. I hope it's just my perspective kind of thing as opposed to it's like actually dead, right? Did some free run fan art this past month. Manga is less detailed actually. Really? Interesting. Okay. You know, it'd be fun to try and draw free run and like Himmel or whatever in my style, right? Like more, I don't know. It'd be kind of fun challenge. I mean, I took time off between high school and age 36. Oh, okay, yeah, it's just the casual little break. Yeah, I get that. I think webtoons and other webcomics have kind of pushed printed comics out. Maybe, I don't know. That'd be the thing to do. I think if that, you know, was an issue. But like, I know there's new Star Wars there's the High Republic, you know, High Republic. There's the like I should in theory love this, but I don't think I like the High Republic stuff. Maybe I'll try it, but I don't have a lot of faith in the people writing the High Republic, right? Like basically they did an interview and a whole special thing before High Republic came out about like, here's our team of story experts and what we believe Star Wars is about. And they got it completely wrong. They got it completely fucking wrong. And I was like, this comic book, whatever thing is going to be not for me. So I haven't given it a chance because basically listening to people talk about the High Republic who are making the High Republic, I did not have a lot of confidence that it'd be something I enjoyed. But maybe I'll go and try this because I know they still make High Republic comic books. It's like, you know, they got comic books coming out. That's cool. Little issues of little comic book thingies going on. So yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll try it out. Even if it's not like the best, it's like maybe Star Wars is like pizza, you know? Still pizza. Like Costco pizza or whatever. Actually, Costco pizza is pretty good. But still pizza. Still decent. It's still a good time. So maybe I'll try it out. But yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I can find it the photo that oh yeah. Yeah, this is funny. This was on the internet for a while. It was like, it's like so yeah, I remember this whole drama thing. So the story group did this whole like summit or whatever, and they were like writing about like what Star Wars is about, and it was like not pro-war, droids, scope, mythic, space and lightsaber battles, no single main character, the Force, and complicated monsters. And it's like, I'm sorry if you think that's what Star Wars is about. I would like to respectfully beg to differ. If that's your interpretation, people are paying you to do your Star Wars, that's fine. I think I'm more happy in the Filoni side of Star Wars. So, but yeah, I remember there's a lot of drama about the story group they picked together for High Republic not being the best choices. Maybe it's great. I don't know. To be fair, I haven't given it a chance. Maybe it's fantastic. Maybe it's utter dog shit. Do I want to invest money into finding out? Not really, but maybe I will. You know? Eldara comics when? Eldara comic would be cool. I've enjoyed making comics in the past, but the problem is that comics take me a lot a long time because I don't work very fast. I don't draw. My 20-minute sketch is not very good, right? My 20-minute sketch is not very clean because my sketch is not to form. The usefulness of my sketch is not to form finished artwork. The usefulness of my sketch is to inform a painting, right? But like you see, like an artist is really good at quick sketching. That would say do really great for comics is like my friend Amma. She's an amazing artist that does really great stuff in a short period of time. So she'll do these little projects on stream. She'll start to finish them. Or that's not her. Yeah, she'll start to finish these little projects on her stream very quickly. It's like I can't do that. That's fast. I can't do a little quick comic thingy, you know, little character sketches and whatnot, all that quickly, you know. So I gotta learn how to be more like Amma, or more like artists that could do that and develop that skill set differently. And if I did develop that skill set, I could do comics. But until I do develop it, I'm kind of screwed. I'm kind of stuck painting and stuff, you know. So there's a lot of people on webcomic apps. There are, yeah, you're right about that. Probably bigger than I think it is, to be honest. You don't like High Republic, Azalea? Is High Republic bad? Did you read or know of Knights of the Old Republic, the comic books? Like, what I need is the problem is all my friends who have read KOTOR and read like old Star Wars comics, none of them gave High Republic a chance. So I've never met somebody that I trust the opinion of that has said, I have read and consumed new Star Wars and I have read and consumed old Star Wars and I like old Star Wars, and new Star Wars, here's my opinion of it. It's always just like, oh yeah, I got into High Republic and I might go read KOTOR later. It's like, no, I need to know that we agree on what good Star Wars is, right? I did. It helps at all. I read 5 High Republic books. Jesus. So I gotta. Oh no. I gotta dodge it. What's up, Screen Shooter? What's going on? Greetings to you, my friend. Hasn't been mentioned in like a year and a half, so who knows? Really, they haven't done any sort of like. Oof. No updates. All right, well, okay, maybe I'm not going to get my comic book fix from High Republic. Maybe I'll just go read KOTOR again. Haven't seen Star Wars, is it good? It's fantastic. If you haven't seen Star Wars, I highly recommend it. But, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, if they haven't seen Star Wars at this point, probably aren't going to. So, is the recommendation for it useful? I don't know. Maybe. I like it. I think it's great. It's actually really bad. I kept trying to give it a chance, but the characters are so bad. I like the theme of, or like the proposition of High Republic. You know, it's like medieval Star Wars, right? That's cool. I like feudal, sort of like that, the like feudal age of Jedi and Sith and stuff like that. I think it's cool. The old like age of Jedi lords with good old Lord Hoth and that whole thing. But if High Republic isn't that, then oh well. GG, we go again. We try and find a new Star Wars to be excited about. All right, our little mountain range is done. We are warmed up and ready to go. It is time to sketch out the project for the week. The chat herself, Bruna, Fish's character. Is Exar Kun good Star Wars to you? It's okay. It's not my favorite. It's not terrible Star Wars. It's got a lot of problems. It's like Exar Kun has as a character has a lot of problems with like Star Wars canon and stuff. Doesn't quite fit in a lot of ways. But I don't remember. It's been a long time. What? Because Exar Kun was Jedi Outcast. What game was it? What game was Exar Kun the? Oh fuck! What game was it? It wasn't Outcast, was it? Mentioned in KOTOR, yes. But I forget what thing. I don't remember. No games, only books. Are we sure about that? I thought that he was mentioned in a game. I thought he was like, I thought he had an appearance as a low res poly thingy in a game somewhere. I don't know, man. It's been a long time. I remember there being a certain amount of silliness applied with Exar Kun's story and that whole like Massassi Temple Warriors whatever thingy. So I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on if that was good or bad Star Wars. But I don't remember it all that well. I remember it fondly, but I don't know. Hyperpublic's most famous character, Slate, the sentient stone wall that has force powers. There's also a Brie Larson character. We don't talk about her. Yeah, I don't know. That's not. Yeah. Seems like there's a lot of problems. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll jump in on it. I might call it good and just not go High Republic. Okay. I want to finish some little design elements, and then we're gonna actually start on the actual rendering process for this, because this character is important, and we gotta get her good. I think there's some problems here with some measurements, if I'm not mistaken. I think her ears are a little bit off center. At least one of them should be hiding behind her hair a little more. But we gotta do. I said I was gonna do some sort of like tiara crown type thingy on her. Not a princess, obviously. I'm still on NDA from Ashley of Hearts piece that I drew like 6 months ago. I have another 6 months before I can draw another royal character, in which case I'll be drawing Zelda. I'm going to be drawing Princess Zelda to farm clout with the Nintendo fanboys that think the new game's good. So, that's a joke. Relax. Calm down, Nintendo fanboys. I actually have no opinion on the new Zelda game. Okay. Tiara thing. I want to do... We're kind of not really working with a lot of, like, Astral Sage or Astral Knighty type stuff. We're kind of going a little bit off the track, just a smidge. So we can kind of mess around a little bit, but we can take some liberties, I guess, is what I mean to say, and not worry about it sort of fitting in with things too much. Astral Steel tiara, maybe, I don't know. What colors are her hair and outfit? Black and white is really what we're gonna go for. A lot of dark blacks and a lot of very pale and snowy kind of whites. Character is going to have bright white hair, bright silver white, fluffy tail, all that kind of stuff. Question is how dramatic do we make her little tiara thingy? Do we go more Shadow Hardy? I think probably that. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to go super hardcore. Let's actually add this to the sketch layer. Ooh, not there. Little just jewelry ornamentation. I'm fine with characters being, if they're like more the sort of OC like non-canon stuff, being more like ornate and fancy and like not really fitting into things as much. I think that's perfectly fine for me anyway. Supreme Chancellor also has 2 lions that follow her around. Jom Ram, the obese Jedi who constantly eating a donut. Did they make a Jedi fat joke? Wait, what's it? Jom Ram. Did they make like some overweight Jedi always eating donuts? I relate. Dude, are you gonna really tell me there's a fucking lightsaber wielding fat Jedi? Bro, listen, Star Wars. I was 300 pounds at my heaviest. I'm still a fat fuck, but I'm on my way to being healthy. You mean to tell me that if I'm jumping around fighting Sith doing acrobatic force bullshit, you mean to tell me that I wouldn't be a slim Giga Chad? All right. Sure. Whatever. It's your fantasy. It's your story. You do what you want, homie. My immersion is broken. It's like my immersion has been interrupted. My lived experience does not line up with the comic book, and now the illusion is broken. Oh well. I don't want Kun because, like Revan, the idea of it, heroic Sith feels okay, but I feel like Litness for House Sword and Sorcery, some like the Star Wars. Yeah, it's a bit like Sith wizardry shit. Like, what was What was the ancient Sith Lord that spawned the Sith Emperor, basically? What was his name? My sort of limit is like Marka Ragnos. Right? Marka Ragnos is kind of my the old, not the SWTOR Marka Ragnos, but like old original Star Wars Marka Ragnos is like kind of my limit for how sword and sorcery I like my Star Wars. Exar Kuna is I don't remember how it fits in with all this all that well, but it's a little bit Dungeons and Dragons-y for me, but I don't know. People got their vibes, you know. What's up, Ed? I don't know that Sith Lord, but have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? No, it's not a story the Jedi would tell me, so I haven't, unfortunately. Literally, in one of the books, the Jedi Masters made the comment along the lines that they wouldn't be surprised if he lost connection with the Force if he stopped eating donuts. Listen, as a fat dude, I like a good fat joke. All right, I'm fine with a good fat joke. I think it's necessary. Otherwise, we take ourselves too seriously. We can't laugh at our, you know, it's fine. But you mean to tell me that this Jedi, like, if the Jedi sits there and meditates and talks about shit, that's fine. But if this is a Jedi off going fighting shit, running around and all that stuff, bro, you mean to tell me? Fine, whatever, man, whatever. I ain't the arbiter of what fat characters can do in fantasy, okay? I'm just a dude that has been real big and lost a bunch of weight and is still trying to lose that rest of the weight. So, who am I to offer my opinion? But I do remember that sort of brought up then when somebody asked me why I don't draw overweight characters. And I was like, well, I usually draw heroes that are off adventuring. And like going through dungeons and like fighting stuff and whatnot. Yeah. So they're usually can be pretty lean if they're off, like, you know, walking 10 miles a day and climbing walls and fighting kobolds and shit. So that's why, you know. But hey, each their own. Sure somebody there at the Lucasfilm Story Group is happy with it, so, you know, good for them. Tell your story, Chief. Over Alliance and telekinesis? That I would believe that. If you had this like obese hut Jedi that just didn't do anything, but they just moved shit around, they're really strong with the Force, they just move stuff around. Like Beldorian, here's the even like the fat huts. Beldorian the Magnificent. Even what was Beldorian. Sorry, I spelled Beldorian right. Even Beldorian the Magnificent is jacked. You get the fat fucks, the huts, man, where they thrive. They like the fatter you are as a hut, that means the richer and more powerful you are. Even Beldorian was jacked. So I don't know, man. I don't know if you're gonna convince me. I don't know if you're gonna convince me that you got some bro swinging a lightsaber around and you know, good luck. As I said, you do what you want. You know, it's your Star Wars story. I'll write my Star Wars story the way I want. You write your Star Wars story the way you want. Darth Barris, my favorite bi-type Force Sith Lord. Is he the one from the Sith Warrior campaign, or the Sith Inquisitor campaign? Right, the big boy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Warrior. Oh, okay. I don't remember the fucking Inquisitor campaign then. But I'm not the resident Star Wars The Old Republic expert, Dashto. You and I both know that's guapo, so. Because he loves donuts more than the Force, because fair. Yeah, dude, true though, right? Actually true. Like, if somebody told me that I could live just as long as, like, an overweight version of myself enjoying donuts, you know, as the like the thinner, more fit and shape version of myself, ideally. I would take donuts over vanity for the rest of my life. Fuck that shit, man. But nah, man, it's not the way it works. Supposedly, that's why I'm on this journey. This summer, I'm hopefully gonna finish, like, hit my goals. I'm really excited for it. I got another like 60 to lose, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready for the fitness challenge this summer. I'm fucking stoked. Oh, we merge layers. All right, we're on the same layer now. We're on the same layer. That's where we want to be. Why is our color? Does the color feel off? Whatever. I think it's my imagination. Please call wife when you have a chance. Okay. Okay. Give me one sec, guys. I'm gonna go get a new water because I'm actually out of water. My blender bottle is drier than the fucking Sahara. Drier than a camel in the Andes. Drier than Dashto's creative reserves at this point after publishing the first album. That's okay, BRB.
We're good. We Gucci. We chilling. I'm back. Dude, I feel like it's new glove day. Is it new glove day? Because the problem is I have like an awkward symmetry here with my glove rips. I have this nice, like, you know, it's like kind of nice. It's like an artist glove. A lot of artist gloves only have like these bottom two fingers so that your hand can glide on like on the paper. Like I feel like I'm wearing like artist gloves and it makes me feel better. Like I'm doing things right. But I feel like it might be new glove day. I think we have to investigate before we continue. I think it is finally time. These did not last me long. I gotta buy new gloves too. I need to go to like the grocery store and buy a bunch of new gloves, a dollar store or whatever, because they only sell them during the winter, right? So I always stock up. Once a year I always go to the grocery store and I buy like 20. And the person at the cash like self checkout thing or whatever is just like staring at me, just like over there. What the fuck? Why is he buying 20 pairs of like? Someone thought that I like worked for like a school or whatever. Like, oh yeah, get them for the kids. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, you getting new gloves for the kids? Like, is that less weird? Maybe. Sometimes though, sometimes they're too small. So occasionally I get a new pair and they're actually too small and I have to, it's like 1 in 3 or 4 pairs I can't use. I have to just throw it because they're too small. They're sized wrong or whatever. These are one size fits all though, but even then. All right. These feel like they might be too small. I'm kind of nervous. Wait, where's the sticker? Wait, no sticker. You always have an annoying sticker in the middle. All right, let's try it. I bought them online. I've tried. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. Oh, that's a good one. That fit real nice. Oh shit, this never happens. Sometimes they're a little big and they're good. Ooh, there's no way to test it. 'Cause I'm not putting them on in the grocery store before I test or whatever. I'm gonna take off 2 racks of them or whatever. Ooh, that's nice, man. I like that. That's good. All right. Fuck yeah, man. It's new glove day. This is good. All right. They got that new glove smell. That 83% acrylic, 15% spandex dash polyester smell. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, new glove day. Y'all feel me? New glove day, Destiny, so I get all stretched out and it seems come off. Yeah. I've tried buying them online, but like Amazon, I bought them off of Amazon once, and they were extra thick, like they were warmer. You know, I don't even know. It's like stretchy gloves. Yeah, maybe like I could try them, but the problem is they're usually too thick. These look too thick. Just the wrists like elastics on them. It's hard to find, you know, and like these ones are $1 or $1.20 or whatever at the grocery store, so it's not a big deal. Maybe these would work. No, that's for kids. Kid size. Well, that's kind of fun. Damn it, for kids. Shit. Damn it. I need to find. Ooh. I can get white cotton gloves. Think about how fancy I could be. I'm wearing like butler gloves to draw art. Ooh. 12 pairs for $13. That's pretty good. Look, I could be this guy. I could start wearing like a fucking tuxedo. Look at all the things that I could do with these gloves. Look at all, dude. I could disable a bomb. I could be pretty in front of something. I could grab a car door or direct traffic or be a VTuber. I could. What else could I do? I could hold a camera. I could drive, and I could be chat sommelier. Bro, Dude, I could help out an old lady. I could gilf it up. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try something else. But these work the best from the grocery store, and haven't been able to find them online. Oh, did I see a tear? No. All right, we're good. We're good. Glove liners. Is that what these are called? Oh no, those are cool though. These are neat. Yeah, wait, that's actually sick. That could work. They'd have to be very thin though. Maybe this would work. They still look a little bit too thick, like the wrist brace or something. Extra small cotton gloves for dry hands? What the fuck? I have the opposite problem. Damn it, Amazon, you let me down. All right. All right. Well, we're getting there, bro. We're getting there. Anyway, you know the good Unismell smell yet? Stop. Stop. Can you buy them as a tax write-off? As a business expense? I absolutely do buy them as a business expense. Dude, I write so much shit off as business expenses. You have no idea. Like, this tax season is going to be hilarious. Last tax season was hilarious. Because my accountant was just like, you have so many business expenses, you basically aren't going to pay taxes this year. Is this all legit? And I'm like, yep. And he was like, okay. Okay. You can write so many things off as an artist, man. You can write off art books. You can write off Twitch subs. Actually, I don't think I just knew that. You can write off Twitch subs. Yep. It's marketing. You give subs in your chat, or you sub to somebody else's Twitch channel. It's like a marketing thing. So you do lots of stuff as a streamer. I don't know how it works. Like, listen, talk to your accountant, bro. But where I live and the way it works for me, I definitely have been able to do that stuff. So yeah, you write off all sorts of silly things that you didn't think you could write off. Okay, we have Tiara. We have. I don't know if I like the idea of doing our like. You know what? It'll make sense if these are a different color than this. If this is darker, it'll look okay. Even though in the line work it looks a little bit awkward. If these are super bright, light, sort of match the white fluffiness of her hair, and then these are dark, that'll be fine. Oh, braids! I was gonna do that. I was gonna make a braid brush. Okay. We're gonna make a quick braid brush today, first and foremost. We'll do like a 2x2. So basically, it's just hearts. Basically, it's hearts with a zigzag on them. Like a little bit shorter. Oh, wait. New layer. There we go. Yeah. Okay. It'd be pretty messy too, because it's gonna be very small, so all the little messy details aren't gonna show. And it's just a sketch brush anyway. It's not a final. It's just for sort of measuring out braids. Edit. Fine brush preset. Oh, that's not a very good braid brush. What the fuck? That doesn't braid. Oh, but how it will. How it will. Size jitter, angle jitter on direction, So here's our very scuffed braid brush that we can use. Size jitter, pen pressure. We're gonna do it. Doesn't go below like 50%. 60%. That's weird. I wonder why it's... Oh, whoops. Ah, wrong one. 60%. There we go. So this is a little measurement thing that we can use. Okay, and we're going to find this as a new brush, as it is. New brush preset. We're going to call it braids sketch. Now, here's some little braids if we want. Boom. Maybe it's a new adventure idea, or is the discussion going to be built into the Runa drawing after all? She's an astronaut on the run from the law. Yeah, somewhere in there, you know. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that today at some point. Sort of a way that I want to run adventures, because we've talked about this at length over the last little while, is running more of a West Marches style game. And I think I finally figured out the way I'm going to do it. Why am I making negative money on my taxes? I bought a big tax write-off today, $1,000 tablet. Ooh, that's exciting. Damn, bro, that's a new tablet day. That's a rare day right there. That's like new car day. You only get a couple of those a career. I'm excited for you. We do. Oh, you know what I want to do? I don't know how to integrate this. I might have to think on it, actually. All right, we'll keep working. We'll figure it out. I'll think about where to, because I want to do some fancy stuff with her hair. So we'll figure out how to integrate it later. I gotta stew on it a little bit, you know. I like 4 portraits, trying the 1 minute versus 5 minute things. That's awesome. Yeah, try and do with your portraits. Try and finish the basic construction of the face in your 1 minute. So worry more about the big shapes first, and then go to small shapes. Don't just spend like 5 minutes drawing a little, or like 1 minute drawing a little eyeball. Then you get the eye, and you get the whatever, and you get the, and then you're drawing that, and you're gonna figure out, it's like, oh, time's up. It's like, ah, shit. No, I try and focus on the big shapes. Oops, big shapes first, small shapes second. Construction, different things. Right. Whatever. Try and focus on a finished piece, I guess, every time. Finishes in like whatever. You know what I mean. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection PS5, is there? I haven't played Battlefront since I was probably 22 years old. The game was dope. I played the shit out of Battlefront with my friend Yavuz. He'd ventrilo me and be like, yo, you wanna play some Battlefront tonight? I'd be like, fuck yeah, man. What else do I got to do? I'm 22 years old. I'm not a real person. I don't have responsibilities. I don't have anyone counting on me. Who cares if I waste an entire evening playing Battlefront with my friend, for the 13th time this month? I played the shit out of Battlefront. I had the boys, though. I had the Star Wars boys, man. My friend John Yavuz, they were the Star Wars homies. They were the only people that knew as much about Star Wars as I did, and it was awesome. We just talked about Star Wars all the time. We just went deep. Are making native money on my taxes, consoles. It's just back at the ears, and I can't stop looking at them. At what ears? How you do brushes? On Photoshop? Or on... Because What do you want to know for a brush specifically? How you do something with a brush? So I can teach you how to do some stuff on Photoshop, but I'm not a brush making expert. I can't do like crazy advanced mixer brushes and stuff. Mods, I was drawing cat girls again. This is in fact a dog girl, Rob. It's a dog girl for my fish girlfriend. So we got to figure out what that means. I haven't been able to decipher it yet. My friend who's a fish girl wants a dog girl for her D&D character, and I gotta do both. How? Maybe I should start working on Guapo's Wizard this week. I was gonna do it in a couple weeks, like close to the beginning of March. Maybe I should just say fucking just start on his wizard sooner rather than later. Do you like a regular human? Wait, is it a cat? Is he a cat boy? No. Dog boy? No. Ancient elf? No. Well, what's his thing? Well, he's a human. Yeah, but he's a human. But he's a human what? Well, he's a human wizard. No, but like a human, like half vampire, half werewolf. Like what do we? No, man, it's just a human. He's just a dude. Why does he need to be a thing? You know? Much hotter. Jesus. All right. Like, what's the command stuff? I know, like, the size jitter kind of thing, but that's it. The command stuff? I'm a little confused. What, like, the commands to open it? What's the... I'm sorry. Maybe my brain's a little bit fried, but I'm still a little bit confused as to what specifically. You know? Maybe I'm not hearing it right. Weird plain human. Are you sure he's on adventure? He's just a man's, you know? He's just an attractive man with an attractive beard, with an attractive long hair, and he's not Rathion. Trust me. It's just say fuck it and just start that piece, you know? Not need to draw all this crazy shit. Not super thrilled with the lack of dumb details on this, but it's okay. I think I want to take her book away. I don't think I want to give her a book. I'm not confident that Runa knows how to read. I'm not confident she's literate. Don't tell Fishy. Yeah, I'm just don't tell Fishy. Right? The only different settings mean except jitter, spacing, and hardness. Those are the only ones I use. Well, it's not a lot you need to use, right? So when you're going into it, for your basic like shape dynamics and stuff like that, you have your size jitter, so that's always going to be the size of the brush if it expands or not. You can use a tilt with it. Some people like to use tilts so their pen, you'd have a pretty good tablet for it. Angle jitter, roundness jitter, you know about all that. So getting into the different I'll go over them very briefly, but a lot of them are pretty difficult. So scattering is like if you want to create a brush that is like a like dots all over, like a star field or whatever, you can tell the brush to scatter quite a bit, and then you see how it like expands out like you're drawing snow at that point in time. You know, this is the same brush but with scattering on. It's like a straight line versus that, you know. Right, so you can do that. That's kind of cool. Texture, obviously, texture is difficult because a lot of people use texture incorrectly. They will add texture to their brush, but they won't really understand what they're trying to get, the effect they're trying to get. Most people don't want texture brushes. Texture brushes will create like, you add a texture to it where that texture of this like green texture, no matter how much you go over it, will always appear. Right, so if you want to do like a canvas texture or something in there, you could. Dual brush is the one that I think most people get wrong. That is the best one to sort of figure it out. But let me show you an example. Dual brush is cool. Dual brush is the biggest leap that you can make as a painter, in my opinion, to get good texturing on your work. Dual brush is, if you're gonna learn one, learn dual brush. So this one's a little janky, but what dual brush basically does is it puts another brush inside of your brush. So you see this, it's like this weird, like kind of grungy pattern. But as you go over it, you don't have to like do multiple sort of like brush strokes. You can get this like texture by just going over an area and working it more and more and more, and you get more of it. It solidifies a little bit more as you work out, and as you push harder, you get a darker version of it, right? But here's the crazy thing about it. If you don't size it properly, you can see the two brushes together. So the brush A, the main brush shape, is this, like, you see the shape right here. Brush B is this line that runs through it. So if you do dual brush wrong, then you get this like brush within your brush, which is an effect maybe if you wanted that. But you want to make sure that the size of brush B is about the same size as brush A. So you get this sort of nice painterly kind of texture. You can find a texture you like. That's why the brush that I use is a DG brush, actually, that I like the texture of the most. That you can go over and get this little texture, or go over it some more and the texture dissipates, and then you get more of the hard brush feel. So dual brush is the one that I'd suggest you try and learn how to do, is experiment with dual brush, because it allows you to, so for instance, you can see, oops, put you back there. You can see the texture forming, right? There's texture in here, right? But there's not too much texture in here because I don't want it. There's texture in here when I do want it. So it allows you to control your texture and actually be able to sort of paint more. This is the brush that makes you most in line with a classical painter, in my opinion, is using a good dual brush, where you get these like sense of texture. If I want to do a very large, sort of broad progression of color, you know, I can do that. And if I want it to be more hard lined, then I can do that too. And then, like, you know, you get a little bit, you leave the texture in there where you want it to fade, and then maybe blend a little bit, and you have the hard lines where you want it. So I would definitely learn, if you're gonna study up on one of these and learn one sort of brush technique, it'd definitely be dual brush. It's the fastest. If you can learn dual brush and texture, you can be like a classic painter on your digital canvas. It's crazy. Do you need to be literate to work with runes? You do, and that's why Runa's not really the greatest Astral Knight that we've had in the Order over the last couple of years. So yeah. Look, Viddy, it's tough, man. It's tough. Runa's doing her best, but she gets lost real easy. She gets lost super easy, super quick. Got to make sure she knows which way is home when she goes on an adventure. She needs like a compass, like a compass of home returning. I don't know if I want Hearthstones to be a thing. I kind of feel like I want Hearthstones to be a thing. Can we have that brush? So if you want the one that I use, it's part of a Dave Greco pack. I use one of Dave Greco's brushes. But I haven't done a brush pack in a while, like with my Supercell brushes, my painting brushes. I was thinking about doing an updated version for each year. I just kind of forgot in 2024, to be honest. The 2023 pack, I think, has that brush in it, and it's available. It's on the Discord somewhere. I'm gonna try. You know what? I'm gonna try and do a 2024 pack. That'd be a good excuse for me to organize my own brushes. So yeah, for sure. She doesn't need a compass. Someone else who's a keeper needs a Runa compass. It's always points to Runa. That's true, actually. Runa needs like a mod team. I need to like make characters for her mods in Eldara to be her simps. I mean keepers. I mean shit. Guardians. Wait. Fuck. Keep getting it wrong. God damn it. God damn it. Someone needs to carry her in League. That's what it is, isn't it? Her hair is tough, man. I don't know what to do with it. I'll just wash it over her back. Unlayer her hair. Probably a better way to handle it. Shooter's mod mods just have a special whistle that only she can hear. That way, you can call her back for chow time. Well, like it really is the discussion of do I add Hearthstones in, and I kind of want to. I kind of like the idea of localized portal magic. You know, that's like accessible but very expensive. So it's not the kind of thing that your party could maybe have access to that easily, but like within the Shattered Sea, like some sort of Hearthstone that will return you to a bound location, you know, and it takes like maybe like 500 gold to recharge or whatever. It requires some magic element in it that is very expensive. A bit of a cash sink, but saves you time on travel. Could be kind of cool if you get in a tough spot, but also maybe kind of like ruins the magic of being in a tough spot. So you know if things get too heated or too dangerous, you can just pour it out. Does that ruin it, or does that make it you more bold and more likely to go into dangerous areas? That's the question. Whether or not it be by nepotism on honor to even be thought of having Evan's art, yeah. There you go. How far will I go as for a joke? How much art will I make for people to complete a meme? That's the question. That's the real question we ask these days is how far will I go for a fucking meme? Considering I have paying clients that have been patiently waiting for months, if not years, I probably shouldn't go that far. But if only I could find a way to monetize the memes. Like if I could like crowdfund art by like pre-selling prints. I just make the most like the shittiest Kickstarter campaign, and it has like stick art, like my Kickstarter. It says it has like the Kickstarter logo or whatever. I forgot to spell kick for a second. Right, and it just has like. It just has like concept sketch. Right, and it's like if enough people buy agree to buy a print of it, then I'll actually paint it. What a new way to make art. I see people like the concept. I tell them what it'll be. You know, like I'll draw like a party of adventurers on the mountaintop, and there's gonna be like a dragon like in the background or whatever. You know, and I'll see, and the Kickstarter is, you know, if we hit our goal of like, I don't know, like 500 USD, if I can make like half per print or whatever, if I get like a 50% profit per print and sell like, I don't know, 10 $50 prints or whatever, then I could crowdfund it and make it a print. That's got to be the most genius way to make art in 2024. Holy shit. Really get what to do what the people want. People want to see it as a print and they want it and they want to buy it, then you do it. If people don't want it, they don't care about it, then you don't do it. Damn, bro. You don't call it Hearthstones, is it possible to copyright by well? Yeah, I just mean functionally a Hearthstone. I mean, you're right. We define a different name for it, absolutely, but functionally, we know it's the Hearthstone. To that danger should always be in time. Sure, you can take a long rest, but the bad guy crushes the village and kills all your kin. Yeah, it's like it's navigating that is difficult because sometimes you want people to be able to take long rests and prepare, and other times you want them to feel like they have to sort of stretch a little bit, and it's tough, I think, to manage that as a good GMs. I mean, Baldur's Gate manages that pretty well. Let's see, isn't that just a Patreon? No, because the Patreon is people who are like willing to get whatever the print of the month is, right? But we're talking about crowdsourcing so people can decide what they want. Yeah, you could do Patreon and then a vote or whatever, but that's not an easy like one-time thing. It's not like someone can jump in for this one idea and then they can jump out for the next one or whatever, you know. Here's the model of the community. Crowdfunds the next art in line, and the highest contributor of that piece that gets to have their artwork crowdfunded. And eventually, people will ask other crowdfunded art, and eventually, we'll have 9 generation of art requests. Jesus, that's a lot. Yeah, you're right. That's how we started Art Dynasty. Yeah, fuck. So you can have Hearthstone blocking magic. Yeah, totally. That's also an easy way around it as well. That's a great idea. I could see that being applied as like, oh, your like Hearthstone kind of like sputters as you try and use it down here. You don't think that you'll be able to find your way out of this predicament as easily. You know, something along those lines is like probably pretty easy to do. Okay, we removed her book because we're not confident that she's literate. We have our 3 sort of layers of cloak behind her, fluttering about. I like that she's got this cool, like, elbow cloak, you know? Haven't seen it anywhere else, but maybe elbow cloaks are not all that original. I don't know. How does she read chat then? Runa doesn't read chat, in fact. Yeah, this is Fishy's deity character where I said, Fishy, what is the fantasy you want? Like, this is you can have the fantasy of being a vampire, the fantasy of being a noble paladin, a mischievous rogue, a charismatic bard. What kind of fantasy do you want in this? And she said, I want the fantasy of not being a fucking streamer. So yeah, so Runa doesn't read chat. That's the way it works. So like all streamers, she just wants to not have to deal with chat's baby gate bullshit. So look, man, I don't make the rules. I just draw the characters for the moody art patrons. So yeah. Oh god, I'm not gonna get very committee cushions this year, am I? When I open them up, oh boy, it's gonna be rough. I'm not making many friends here, I don't feel like. Painting myself in the best light. Oh well. Oh well, dog. We do our best. Why do lots of patterns on her, I think. Lots of like patterns on the lining and shit like that. Maybe also like some... Need to add a couple more layers of detail in here. I think I know the way to do it. We're gonna do a little rope thingy. It's gonna be kind of cool. Be kind of monk inspired. Because knights do have that monk aesthetic to them too. It's an important thing. Yeah, screen reader. Yeah, sorry, that's a better way of putting it. Of course, Viddy's right. When is Viddy ever wrong about that kind of stuff? Viddy, I've not had a chance to watch the thing from Friday yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing all my friends playing Imagination Dragon game. Wish I could have been a part. But as it is, I'm an irresponsible human and cannot commit to literally anything right now. I can't even commit to a D&D game. Even though we're planning on playing in the next couple of weeks. Shit. Yeah, wait, shit. Shit. A lot of fun. There was some scuff, but learned a lot about how to work better. I don't think there's any problem with there being scuff. I resent the idea that Twitch streams can't be scuffed. Right? I resent the idea that scuff... I am of the opinion that scuff is required for a good, authentic Twitch experience. That if it's not scuffed, you're probably doing it wrong in some ways, but that's my unpopular take that nobody asked for or wanted, but, you know, I give it regardless. Why? Because it's my stream, damn it. At least I think. I don't know. Depends if chat starts spamming crab rave and says our chat now, and I can't argue with that, but until then. Next, I need a rope brush. I had some very, very nice offers to do things on Twitch recently that I've just had to heartbreakingly decline for no other reason that I am an irresponsible human that does not have my shit together and therefore does not want to commit to anything currently. And I hate it, but it's true. I spot a table for you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. The day will come when I say no enough, people just stop asking me. You know, Fishy doesn't ask me to play League anymore. My friends don't ask me to play D&D anymore. People just accept it. You know, that's the way it is, bro. You do this to yourself, I'm telling you. You can't make it enough until the point where people say, all right, message received, got it. And you either figure it out or you don't. I guess. Okay. I don't know why. I want to get like a bell or something. I want to keep that monastic imagery as much as we can. I think it's gonna be important. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I have to follow my gut. Follow my vibes on this, alright? Your mic doesn't stop working for literally 0 reasons. You're even a Twitch streamer. I know. Like, I'm worried. My computer setup hasn't, like... I haven't started my computer and something critically, like, malfunctioned to the point where I can't stream that I've spent 45 minutes fixing in, like a month. Not since I got back from my break. And I'm a little nervous. I'm a little worried that means that I'm regressing or something. I see it now as irresponsible, but allocated differently. Other full-time creators allocate the time differently. I allocate my time. 50% of my free time towards stream is even a part-time streamer. Yeah, that would suck even if it did mean growth. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of it comes down to I'm so behind on work and I'm trying to like figure out how to get caught up and get to where I want to be, where I feel comfortable with, like where I'm on top of all things that I want to be on top of, you know, that I just don't want to say yes to anything because I never know when I'm having like a really productive work day. And right now I need to capture literally every single day that I have like that. So it's like, I don't know if somebody asks me to do something 3 months from now, I don't fucking know if I'm gonna be free or not. Like probably, but I also don't know what kind of a week I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have to be like really behind on work and stressed, and I don't really want to then commit to sitting down and like, oh, Evan's gonna be at this thing. He's gonna be playing a character in our D&D game or whatever. That's like, oof. I have to defluffy the tail a little bit. Tail's still kind of in line with our old style here, so we gotta refluff it in a different way. We'll have to refluff it later. Maybe I should make your tail like doing something more dynamic or whatever. Maybe we should change that up. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna change that up. We're gonna make it more dynamic. A little bit flat right now. changed it up. It's not kind of awkwardly sitting off to the side then. So it would be very fluffy, but just not sort of not the same kind of thing. That's the converse. It's super responsible because you know what tasks need to be done. Maybe it just feels bad. It feels bad. I feel like I haven't been able to do anything on Twitch with people. Like I've just been like suffocating under work for like a year and a half, you know? It was so fun when I first started streaming and I like felt like I could kind of do anything. I didn't really have any responsibilities. I didn't like have any subs that I owed streams to. There's no, it was obviously not as fulfilling and whatever, but it was like kind of exciting and there was less pressure. That makes sense. And I love the pressure and I welcome it and I would love to take on more. That's why I do things, right? Because that's the only way you know that you're actually going to do stuff and grow and as an artist, as a streamer, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to grow at, pressure is like required in some ways. But yeah, it's been hard to manage. Basically 2022 is like a wash for me, which really sucks. 2023 actually, I hoped I would like fully like get back to things properly. But that didn't happen. 2022 was when Ella got really unwell and really sick and really scary. Man, it's just so hard to work and focus on stuff and whatnot when you're also trying to like take care of someone full time. So, not really an excuse though, which is why I tried never to really offer as an excuse, like, hey, sorry, that's why I'm not doing this cool thing or whatever, because it's like, well, yeah, I mean, you should be able to manage all of it together. But it was a lot, and I definitely failed the test, you know. So I'm feeling good that I'm like getting back to myself, back to normal, back to things. You know, things are pretty bright on the horizon, and I kind of love that. You know, feels good. And do you want to just sit and draw in like 3 months? Man, that would be dope. I don't know, bro. What if I have to write that week? You're right. I should plan on all my streams just to sit and draw for whatever amount of time. Plan nothing besides sit and draw. That's the way to do it. You're absolutely right about that. That's better. I really like her tail a lot more like this. We're kind of going based off of the Rukari tails, which is not the best thing. But I think the fishy, rather than having a dog-accurate tail, would prefer having a fluffy tail. It's one of those, like, know your friend kind of moments. I have to, like, consciously think of what she would vibe with. I just have to be confident about that, you know? Okay. So kind of working with value right now. I'm going to plan for this to be in color. So we're going to sort of like do our hatching layer a bit differently this time. We're going to plan for there to be a color layer as well. It's a little bit of a challenge. That's okay. It's nice to know what we're doing ahead of time a little bit. It's been so much fun, like, making characters and stuff recently. While I've sort of figured out what I want out of this like style and out of my like sort of vibe for the next little while for characters, because it's like it takes kind of some of the pressure or the stress off, you know. There's so much stress when you don't know if your project's going to turn out well or not. and you don't know, because you don't know how long it's going to take you. It's like if somebody says, hey, I want a character in like this style, it's like, okay, cool, I know it's like a 12-hour project, let's say, from design to completion. 12 hours. Maybe 12, let's put a range on it, 12 to 15. Okay, and that's pretty easy for me to do. But when you don't know if it's going to take you like 15 hours to figure it out or whatever, it's like, ooh, we're stressed. You could do like a sheer sort of like see-through material. That'd be kind of cool. Cool experiment with materials. Every day you showed up to be her husband, and that's not nothing. Yeah, yeah. You know, that's yeah, that's not nothing. That's the thing that I'm most proud of in my life is my marriage. I'm very proud of that. Look, I have a hard time with like my art and like my values and artists and stuff like that. But I've never ever forgotten just how lucky, how blessed. Like for me, like everything else in life is like kind of a bonus lap. You know, because I got for me the most important thing. I got the girl. You know, started dating Ella when I was pretty young, when we were teenagers, and never looked back. Never, you know, never met another couple. I mean, not that they don't exist. Another couple that kind of had that like, just like deep friendship that we have, where we just do everything together, man. We do absolutely everything together, and we're there for each other. And you know, she's been there for me through a lot of the stress too. It's like hard for her because she's dealing with her own like problems and, you know, specialist visits and medical appointments and stuff like that. And then she's still there for me when I'm having like, you know, stress and stuff. And it's, yeah, you're right. It's not nothing. It's everything. It's the only thing that matters, really. You know, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of Ella. Happy if I could be nothing else in the world. I'll never be a great artist. At least hopefully she'll think that I was a pretty good husband. So that's all the fulfillment I need, I think, in my life as like a person. You know, if I can do that, that's pretty good. Giant fluffy tail? Yep. Fluffier, better, less awkwardly pushed to the side. Everything we want out of him, Nick. Would you be interested in an impromptu collab? I don't have anything going on my end here since I have the day off. I mean, like, God. I'm so bad at things, man. I don't have anything set up. Oh, God. I'm so not prepared for stuff. Like, Viddy, I'm such a fucking tech idiot. Like, you know, one of the reasons why I haven't really wanted to play League with you guys, because Fishy's like, hey, yo, you like hop on, start your stream up. Let's just do. We'll do like a collab streaming thing. Just like get on your whatever, start your stream up. We'll just do a little fucking thing. It'll be great. You just get on. You can stream it. We can play League together. It'll be fun. And like the big problem that I have with that I don't is like I don't have my stream set up for or my audio set up for Discord. I don't have, dude, even my subathon was a fucking mess because I don't have my lighting set up for literally dark outside. If my lighting doesn't have the powerful rays of the sun ambient lighting my room, not directly because I don't usually like it directly on me because of my tablet glare, but I usually have it half my blinds half my blinds open. This is about halfway. As long as I don't have that, like my lighting is fucked. It's like, dude, I am so not prepared as a streamer to do anything. I don't have like, I got stressed out and like I have a rule for collabs from the future on, from when I got invited onto something, and I'm never doing this again. I am never doing Zoom ever again. I'm never doing it. I'm gonna ask people. They ask me like, hey, do you want to do this like thing, be on a show? I'm like, great, what are we using? What software are we using? Zoom? I'm out. Is that petty? Is that dumb? Am I a bad streamer? I think. We just chat over Discord, no stress, but also no pressure if you're not for it. Honestly, that sounds like a lot of fun. But hit me on a different day. I would actually want to get a bunch of work done today. I after stream, Fishy was like, "You didn't do shit on stream today." I was like, "I did not. I need to get some fucking work done." But Absolutely, man. That'd be actually fucking dope. I want to do that more. All I wanted when I started streaming was to have Twitch friends to like hang out with and stuff while we stream. So like no cap, ask me again whenever you're chilling at some point, and I actually look like I've gotten work done in a week. That'd be fucking dope. I actually want to run by my adventure idea, or some of my adventure ideas by you and like CJ and the boys, because y'all are better at this shit than I am. Zoom for stream. Twitchly has its own collab program. Yeah, I got invited to this thing, and I got asked to join a Zoom thing. I was like, what is this shit, Zoom? And they're like, yeah, man, we all hang out on Zoom. That's why we do our collabs. I was like, what? What do you mean? Isn't Zoom for like people in their 40s who don't know how to use like their fucking work from home software for their meetings? Why wouldn't we just do it over Discord? You know, okay. You know what my metric for this is? Don't take streamers out of their ecosystems. Perfect example. Some of you might know who the fuck this is. This streamer has been off of Twitch for a long time. Some of you might know him, have a pretty negative opinion of him. He's a Twitch gambling streamer, one of the founders of Kick. But no one can ignore, whatever you think of Trainwreck, no one can discount Trainwreck's contribution to the streaming platform. And what Trainwreck did for the first whatever of his stream every day is figure out he had a different layout thing for everyone, and this is literally an overlay that goes over Discord. So if he had, depending on how many guests he has, he would activate a different overlay, and as they jump in the call or whatever and he introduces them, he would just basically, right, like this is literally Discord. It's fucking Discord. It's a scuffed shitty overlay where he would get streamers on, basically whoever wanted to get on, he would like mess them. He'd be like, yo, you want to come on the podcast tonight? Like literally in 20 minutes. Nah, cool. All right, whatever. And they would just talk about dumb shit and whatever for however long. But like, it's so scuffed and easy and honest. And the most important thing is it stays within the ecosystem that streamers use. Twitch and Discord. Every streamer uses Twitch. Obviously, it's on Twitch. Every streamer uses Discord. They're on Discord. But when I get asked to like join a fucking special call on some fucking software where my audio is not set up and whatever, I am so much less likely to actually want to do it if I have to leave my ecosystem, because then it's not just a casual Discord call away. It's like you got to get in this thing and you guys be sent the password and do whatever. And like, look, if you're already in the Zoom ecosystem, I guess it's probably fine. But I don't know if it, you know, like it's a whole thing, man. I think treating like these like collabs and shit as casually as possible is like the best thing you can do as a streamer if you want to like do stuff with your friends. The second it's not hanging out with a friend and it's just like fuck, which is why I don't like the word collab. I never like it's a VTuber term that I don't like. Like real streamers, and by real streamers I mean big streamers, don't collab. The only big streamers that say they collab are VTubers. Right? That's what the reality is. It's too formal. It's too whatever when a lot of these streamers like have to like figure it out. I'd much rather, yeah, like Viddy be like, yo, I'm around. You around? Sure. I'd rather like Fishy like aggressively call me. I'd like, you know, I prefer that kind of just chilling with your friends as opposed to this like planned out collaboration thing that just, to me, it just reads as like stressful. Which I know I'm in the minority here, but every small streamer I know, like that I get like a request, like not every, sorry. A lot of small streamer requests I get are like, hey, I would like to collaborate with you sometime. It's very rarely, yo, you want to chill? You know? That's like, yeah, like I'd be much more likely and willing to and happy to like just talk with Viddy about bullshit and just get yelled at by Fishy for 2 hours or whatever, as opposed to this fucking big formal thing where you got to pretend like you're, you know, on some like fucking Good Morning America interview where everybody's like got to be all formal and whatever. And like you know what I didn't do yesterday? I didn't shout Fishy out. I forgot to, which is like really bad streamer etiquette. If like another streamer comes on your streamer, you know, it's like all the small streamers like wild streamer etiquette be like, hey guys, by the way, if you're new, if you're just joined, I'm on with Galaxy Goldfish, the amazing VTuber of no, you guys did, I didn't, right? It's like, yeah, I'm on with the amazing Galaxy Goldfish. Go follow her Twitch chat. Like small streamers expect that kind of shit, but I don't think of that kind of stuff. I'm just like chilling with a friend, talking bullshit, and so like I don't fit in with that like I don't do like the proper etiquette of like how to be a nobody streamer on Twitch that I think a lot of the nobody streamers on Twitch like me expect of you. So it's like I'm always very nervous to do this kind of stuff. 'Cause I never know how to like properly announce a guest or introduce someone or whatever. It'd be way easier for me just to hop on fucking Discord with like Viddy, Ashy, Fishy, any of my friends that stream and just bullshit for 2 hours and whatever, you know? But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe people like the big formal events, but I feel like the big formal collaborations read as kind of fake and kind of staged and kind of like, you know, like they do to me anyway. Maybe I'm the on the minority here. I probably am the minority here because definitely I know I'm the minority as far according like with small streamers, but with the bigger streamers, I feel like it doesn't like you like man like Mizkif calls Pokimane, and it's not like they need to say, hey guys, I'm on with Pokimane right now, Valorant streamer and whatever. She streams Monday, Thursday, Fridays at you know, it's like you just I don't know. All right, I'm done ranting. Yeah, I'm done ranting. We used Zoom for Elder Scribe a while, but now that we're using VOD for video and Discord and audio, far less issues. Wait, video for video and Discord for audio. Do you not have like a boosted Discord that you can use for your video? Because boosted, I'm pretty sure Nitro Discord or boosted Discord's like pretty good for video, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you're right. Fishy doesn't like need much of an intro, especially not like none. Here's the thing: none of the people who are streamers in our guild need an introduction. Everybody knows Viddy streams. Everybody knows, you know, Nyx is an artist. Everybody knows, you know, I don't, Guapo's a Texan, right? You don't need. It's like, like I like using collab as a term instead of calling it a production, which is kind of ends up being sometimes. Yeah, and that's the thing is that's a better term for that. I just for me that when people send like collab requests, it feels so impersonal. I don't mean to say that you did that because you didn't. We're friends, we're bros. I know what you mean, but I'm just talking about how like I feel like I don't take it seriously in the way that people would expect like collab to be taken seriously in that like terminology or whatever. Also because I've had a lot of bad experiences with like it's so funny. It's like the average collab request for me is like, hey, would you like to collaborate on a project? And I'm like, okay, sure. What do you have in mind? They're like, well, we have a D&D game and you're an artist, so we can write like I can write like an adventure and then you can do the art for it. I'm like, well, I can write an adventure too. So what are we doing here? What do I need you for? It sounds like you need me right now, and I don't fucking need you. What do I get out of this? Like, what are you talking about? There's been a lot of that over the years, and I beam about it, but it still happens pretty often, actually. But it comes in waves. I'll get like 4 or 5, and then none for like a month or 2 or whatever. Of just like other small Twitch channels or, you know, podcasts or whatever asking me to do free art for them. And then it's like, I don't know. So that may be why I have ultimately have like a weird vibe about the term collaboration or collab, you know. I know I'm the weird one. Like I know in my sort of like praised ranting that I'm the weird one, but I'd much rather like do stuff where I just like hang out with my friends like Viddy and Fishy and Ashy and whatever than feel like I have to do this thing where I have to be on, you know. I don't like to feel like I have to be performative with my streaming, right? I don't feel like I have to feeling like I have to like be a good collaboration as opposed to just chilling with the boys or whatever, like I was doing yesterday. I probably shouldn't have spent the entire stream hanging with Fishy. I probably should have done some work, but I just kind of lost track of time and was chilling, so I apologize for that. You know, use Video Ninja Nitro boosts video quality, but it still randomly drops. Really? Video also allows streamers to use cameras as a browser source for cleaner setup. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. It still feels, oh, man. Yeah, collaborating, you're right. Doing collabs with VTubers is annoying because you have to do all this extra fucking shit. You have to do like I know what you're talking about. Never mind, the Video Ninja thing. I used that too when I was doing stuff with Fishy. I suppose I should have like, this is why I'm a bad streamer, man. I should have when Fishy was chilling with me, I should have been like, yo, give me a link, and had Fishy up on screen with me or whatever. But it's just a lot, you know. it's a lot to think about that takes away from just the pure aspect of just chilling, just vibing, just like talking about shit, having fun, relaxing, that I just don't think of. And I know I'm a bad streamer because of it. I'm not like a professional or whatever. I don't know if I ever will. Maybe it's holding me back. I don't know. Maybe that's the one thing in life holding me back, keeping me from my true potential. A mediocre scuffed artist that runs a mediocre adventure for their players. Which, by the way, I think I have a solution for West Marches. I think I have a solution. Like, kind of fake? Are you calling me fake, Guapo? Are you saying I'm not the same person IRL? Are you saying that after spending an entire weekend with me that I'm not the exact same human being off stream as I am on stream? I take offense to that. I'm way more interesting on stream than I am off stream. That's good, Thorkin. We use Video Ninja, it's cool. I don't think it's weird. I think it's a preference. CG prefers a more lax format. I end up somewhat in the middle since I started working in different stream or with different streamers. No one's wrong. Expectations just fluctuate wildly on Twitch. Yeah, if I ever were to do like some sort of like fucking chill ass like my Twitch my ideal like Twitch show, if I were to host something, would be so lax, so easy, so non-complicated. I wouldn't value having a different video source like you guys do, because to me that's one more thing. I'd rather just go through Discord, pop your Discord camera on. It's gonna lag sometimes, it's gonna drop and whatever here and there. You don't worry about it, you just chill out. To me, the precision of having a much cleaner sort of like thing, to me, is not worth the extra stress of having to manage another piece of software, another window, another whatever. And so I wonder if I would run a really shitty show, because for me, I'm so not about the production side of things. I'm so about the just hop on Discord and BS, you know. But I don't know, maybe it'd be good, maybe it'd be bad. I don't know. I wouldn't know until I did it, and I suppose that means that I have to finally announce the very first Eldara show. That's right, coming in the stream announcements this May for our stream anniversary is going to be the very first game played with figures from the D&D community and elsewhere on Twitch, with official Evan Blair art, dungeon mastering. Now, West Marches? Yes, I figured out how I'm going to do West Marches. Is it an impromptu thing? It's not on you for having everything ready for her model on Fugi on stream? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I figured out how I'm going to do my campaign, okay? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do West Marches inspired and modeled off of current Star Wars. Let me explain. The way I'm going to host my West Marches campaign is I'm going to create a very specific vibe for each game. Because one of the problems with West Marches games, people say, is that you never get the like really punchy character moments. You never get like the payoffs of like Fern finding her parents on episode 322 of Critical Role. You don't get the like the moment where everyone cried their eyes out because Not the Brave finally turned into a middle-aged woman instead of a tiny goblina. Like whatever. You don't get those moments. So the thing is, you don't get to be very indulgent as a player telling a story. But what you do get is to be part of a small contained arc. And I think that if I lean into, we can't, so with West Marches, we don't get our individual player stories. But what we do get is we do get those small, like, short stories. And I'm going to lean into them really hard. I want to try this experiment. So imagine you have a very clear vibe for the West Marches. So like in Star Wars, you have multiple shows. You have Bad Batch. And Bad Batch is about like these badass clones during this like story of like the fall of the Republic and the foundation of the Empire. Then you have, how do you spell Ahsoka? Is there an H in Ahsoka? think. And you have Ahsoka. And then, oh, yeah, okay, the SNA, sure, thank you. Hoka. Got it. So you have like, you have Ahsoka, and it's a story of this cool Jedi, and the vibes are all whatever. And so Bad Batch is the vibes are like 80s action. The vibes are you have like spy movie. It feels very different from Ahsoka, which is a show about like mystery and like a rescue mission. And so all these shows, and then you look at the like the easy one then to identify is the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian, which is like the Western / samurai movie. It is basically The Boy and the Wolf. It's 87 Ronin, whatever. And so you know that you have, it is AHS. Oh, I had the first time. I was right. All right. Thank you. AHS. Oka. Nodders. Right? And so you have all these shows. They all have very different vibes to them. And I'm going to run my West Marches campaign like this. I'm going to heavily brand each small game story so the players know exactly the vibe and can create characters that fit within the vibe. Like if you have your dramatic vampire count son that is a 4th generation dragon blood sorcerer where the blood of your dragonborn has been mixed with demon blood and now has a tainted curse that stains the ancestral lineage of your people, allowing you to have access to demon tainted dragon blood sorcerer magic powers, whatever. That character probably doesn't fit very well in like an 80s action spy, thriller, whatever kind of movie. But it might fit in your political intrigue game, right? So I think that if you brand the games very heavily, so there's like, for instance, there's 3 games that I have sort of campaign ideas for. 3 short little games that I think we could. Okay, all we want to do. So the first game is we're gonna use code names. Okay, here the code names is the first game. Codename Deus Vult. I've been joking about running this game of all paladins. And this is going to be a Halo Reach Diablo and Pentakill story. Right? This is our paladin game. Right? Take back the like, imagine the Lord in the darkest hours addresses you and the other knights, the last bastions of humanity. Fellow armsmen, I ask you, will you follow me to break their spines and retake what once was mine? Those cravens. All right? There's a very intended vibe here. And so when you're creating characters, do you get the aspects of I'm so dramatic, my backstory is so dramatic, we're all gonna be dramatic? No, you don't get that juicy stuff. But what you do get to do is you get to create a character that leans super heavy into the theme and complements the story super hard, right? The next game that I want to run is going to be Uncharted, Astral Sage's Fortune. This is going to be a pulpy adventure, treasure hunting, and daring escapes. All right, it's gonna be getting our swashbuckling adventure running astral sages attempting to uncover some secret astral magic in some far lost area of the world. So when you make your characters, you can sort of plan in according and make the characters that fit into this like Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, kind of like pulpy Indiana Jones, you know. Actually, that's better than Derek. Let's do Indiana Jones kind of game. And the third game that I have a really clear idea for. Now, normally I would take these, and these would all be arcs within one larger linear campaign, right? So you go through one to the next. But the problem is you can't creating a character that fits well within one to the other. You're like paladin you make, your badass warrior like crusader that you make for our first campaign wouldn't necessarily fit into the pulpy adventure. It could, but it doesn't necessarily have to. And then the last one is going to be
Have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
This is going to be our Cloak and Daggers. City. Based. Political intrigue. Game. I have no clue what's happening, but it's pretty neat. We're planning campaigns. Play Dr. Man. I'm talking about what I'm going to do for our... I'm taking a brief art interlude. Talk about how I want to run a West Marches campaign coming up here. All right. And so I think that rather than... If you don't want to play... So, like, if these are each, like, 4-month, 2-month, and like let's say 6-month campaigns, you still get to play for like a year, but you're not stuck committing. So when I say I have my players, let's say I have like 15 players that I'm are part of my crew, and I'm like, who wants to play for this game? And you take between 4 and 6 people. Let me know. And I have people who want to jump into it. Great, that's cool. And then I can run a very specific type of game that I don't have to run as a campaign for 6 years. So yeah, you sacrifice. You have two sort of sides of the coin, two sides of the spectrum. You can kind of move the needle. On one side, you have fits in with plot, and on the other side of that coin, you have OGOC story. And no matter where you choose to sort of move this needle, it's not a one or the other. But the more you have a character that sort of fits in and serves the story and serves the plot, the less of your your OC kind of dramatic backstory crazy shit like that you get to sort of insert outside the game. And I think that this then becomes really not that easy to do when you are running a West Marches campaign. So why not lean super hard into this one side, and you get all the glory of, you know, the sort of the story complementing character. You're making a character in complement with a story you and your friends are going to collectively tell and figure out the cool adventure, and then you still get your cool OC bullshit, right? Especially if you can track the same character through multiple West March games, which would be awesome. But you don't have to feel like because this you can get really cool stuff in 4 months, or let's say 4 weeks. But this stuff you need like a longer session. This is like your 2 years kind of stuff. And if we aren't going to be playing this at all, then we can kind of focus on what we can control here and run our West Marches games with more like try and get the players excited for these things as if they're like a new TV series coming out for your favorite thing. It's like your new Bad Batch or your new Ahsoka or Acolytes or Clone Wars or Mandalorian or a new movie, whatever it is, right? And that's I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and design it and get it together and see how my players respond to that. See if they like the idea or not. Because the thing is, what I'm unsure about is 2 of my players have never really played much D&D, and they certainly haven't played with other people besides me for all that much of a, or in our little group for all that much of their career playing D&D. So I'd be very curious to see them injected with a couple other humans into there that are not the usual type of player that we sort of built at our table. And it'd be kind of cool to see how they fit into a campaign, how they, you know, because like there's, you know, I also recognize that there's a lot of players that don't like that. There's a lot of players who play D&D, and the main reason why they play D&D is because they want to tell their cool OC story. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. You know, there's like the jokes of like, oh, maybe you should write a novel. Like you'd be much happier writing a novel than playing D&D and whatever. And fine, like make your jokes. It's all fair and good, you know, fun. But like realistically, I think a lot of people prefer having that opportunity to really flesh a story out over, you know, a certain amount of time. They want to play in a big dramatic campaign where at the end of the 2.5-year campaign, they're sitting there crying and clapping at the table like they just finished a Critical Role game. Perfect. But like, I don't necessarily have the time to do that, to commit to 2 years to a single group of players if I'm going to try and tell different stories in Eldara, you know? And so I'm curious about how this would work out. I'm curious to see how my players would respond to it and see how people... Part of the problem, though, is like trying to find timing. You know, because like I have a bunch of friends that I know would play D&D with me, like Thorkin and some of the mods and stuff. I don't think they could make it to the D&D times, right? Because it's like, oh, I pick like 7 to 10 p.m. my time on Thursday nights. And it's like, well, it's too late for some people. Some people it's too early, they don't get off work. You know, some people are streaming or doing whatever. And so I don't know, maybe scheduling will be the downfall of this plan. And it's easier to find one group that you can say, this is when we're playing and this is the schedule for the next 2 years. And it'd be interesting to see how you could sort of like balance that and figure out if people are interested in that sort of like, you know, oh, I can play Thursday games, but I can't play whatever games. So if this game's on Thursdays, then I can do this, and then the next campaign's gonna be on whatever, and I can do that. It would be an interesting experiment in D&Ding for me. So I'd be willing to try it out and see how it goes. The running game where the players are working under a very corrupt conversation, which has been fun. Not conversation company. Wait, what? Autocorrect is trying to mess you up right now. Yeah, autocorrect do be like that. So, yeah, that's pretty cool though. You know, trying to like root out corruption and stuff. That sounds like a fun campaign. That's like the political intrigue, kind of cloak and daggers, secret meeting stuff. You know, that's like nighttime. I need to move out west. Yeah, that's the problem. You know, it's like 7 p.m. time for me is like 9 for people out east, right? But I don't know if I can play like from like 3 to 6 or whatever, because that's like right in the middle of dinner and other stuff for me. And you know, if I played like 2 to 6 for 4 hours, then I'd go straight from stream immediately into D&D, and that's like kind of unrealistic. So yeah, it's so hard to find scheduling for like a big group of West Marchy kind of players. That's the issue, is you try and get that. And now this also is in combination with the fact that I am going to be playing a bunch of D&D in the Discord with TDC, not just like my D&D group, but I want to play run people through the adventure when it's out. So I'll have to like manage all that together. I'm gonna be playing a lot of D&D, I feel like, in the next like 8-10 months, which is gonna be good, but who knows if it's gonna be viable. We'll see. It's an awesome thing you're doing. Yeah, hopefully it works out, and then I can like open it up to the guild and stuff. That'd be a lot of fun. And like the thing is would this also be a good opportunity to have like shows like D&D shows on Twitch? Because like my biggest criticism with D&D podcasts on Twitch and D&D live play shows is once I'm like 5 episodes behind, I'm not going to catch up. Like I'll catch it for Critical Role. Sure, like Critical Role is of the quality and whatever and a history that I'll catch it for Critical Role. I'm like 30 episodes behind in Critical Role, and I'll get there eventually. But like if it's just like a show that my friends are running or whatever, that's like a show that I'm aware of on Twitch, it's like I'm not gonna. You guys are on episode 24, and I just started like watching your channel, or whatever. I'm just not gonna, because there's no investment there for me. I'm not gonna catch up with your D&D show. So I think that it's almost easier to have these, like, you can hype people up and be like, yo, we're doing this, like, and you're honest about it. You're like, we're doing this like dramatic, like heavy metal revenge story, you know, badass all paladin campaign rolling through the fucking deep. We're going demon slaying, we're going undead, we're doing all that good Diablo dark fantasy shit. It's gonna be a dark show, man. People are gonna die, and then people get hyped for that, and they're like, oh yo, I want to see that, I want to be part of that, or whatever it is. And then you know what you're excited about. You're not just excited about a general D&D campaign that should have lots of cool things you're interested in. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you'll really like one arc, maybe you'll not like another arc. There's certain times in Critical Role where I'm like, I'm really enjoying this episode block, but now they're in the city fucking around doing nothing, and I'm like, not into that. But when they're in this city fucking around doing stuff, I'm really into that. So it's like you get the kind of, if you set up like viewer expectation with the vibes, I almost feel like setting up player expectation is the exact same thing as setting up viewer expectation. So I don't know if this is a good format for running D&D shows on the channel or not, and we'll see, I guess, or whatever. Wake up at 5 a.m. Eastern, so there's that time. Yeah, there's also the 5 a.m. Eastern. Oh god, it's like 5, 4, 3. That's like 3 a.m. my time. Atari. Oh my god. Why you wake up at 5 a.m.? You don't have some fucking Lance Corporal, some fucking gunnery sergeant screaming at you to make your bed crisp and pristine. You can sleep in, bro. It's fine. You're out now. All right, you're good. You can sleep until 7. God damn. That's early. Real fun watching players who normally play very goofy characters try to be really serious spies. That's really cool. And then also, yeah, you get that too. Is you set up the expectation with your players, and then you get the cool vibe from them. Totally. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like this idea. I'm liking it more and more. Playtesting 2024, the year of Eldar D&D. I'm hoping. When is the Astral Stage playtest coming out? Is the art being worked on still? Yes, I'm just finishing some stuff with the concept work, and then hopefully, if not overstepping, the first thing I was working on this year this month was the album, and helping Dash with that and whatnot, and then it's gonna be the classes, and then we're gonna release the plan is to release the playtest, and then to not formally release the classes until the adventure comes out. So we need a couple months. If the adventure's coming out in March, late March, early April, I need to have the classes at least in playtest by the end of February, early March. So I'm on a timer, bro. I'm on a fucking timer. I got shit to do. Oh my god, I have so much shit to do. Ah, fuck. I'm stressed. You want advice setting up live play on Twitch? Let me know. When I get to that point, I'm gonna need all the advice I can get, because I'm gonna be screwed. Yeah, I would love that. I'm not experienced with this shit, you know. I'm like maybe the biggest D&D streamer on Twitch has never actually played D&D on stream. Oh, some people hate that I'm in the category. They don't consider world building and game planning part of D&D. They're like, if you don't play D&D, you don't deserve to be in this category. I've heard that a couple times from people. Only once to my face, though. Apparently, people have been pretty nice with at least being backhanded, or sorry, behind my back. Yeah, whatever. But at least they're saying that kind of stuff behind your back. So, you know, did you move to a normal time zone for playing online? Yeah. If I so Moose, definitely, if I was doing a live play game, it'd be the evenings. I'd be doing an evening game. Morning D&D is great, but I think that I would want to do it later in the day, you know, so I'd have my normal stream at like, you know, 10 to 2 or whatever, or between 10 to 1, between 1 to 3, 10 to between 1 to 3. Yeah, okay. dude, I'm cooked, man. My fucking brain. Anyway, yeah, so do normal 4 to 5 hour stream, and then I would take a couple of hours off to do some other stuff, to get what I need to during the day, chores, blah blah blah, work, and then I would come back online for a game in the evening at like 6 or 7 my time. I probably do like 7 till 11. Well, no, because I'm getting up a bit early for the gym. I don't want to be off at 11, and then I have to take Yuna out and do all that stuff. I'd probably do 6 to 10. 6 to 10 my time, Mountain Time, so 5 to 9 Pacific. It'd be kind of late Eastern, but I suppose our Eastern viewers are... Somebody needs to sacrifice for this. I might volunteer our EST friends and family to make it work for everyone else. But yeah, I'd probably do. Yeah, you're right. The evening would be better. You know, 8-12 Eastern, not bad. Yeah, as long as it's not past midnight, I think that'd be pretty reasonable. But I don't know. Especially will those 3 games cross over from time to time? Oh, I don't know. Probably. I think I wanted to be like connected in the world, but definitely like individual stories, right? Like it'd be pretty hard. So like the Paladin D&D game that I want to run, I want to set something up very, very early on from the get-go of the game. No one's making it out of alive from that game. That's a player and viewer expectation that I'm going to have early on. Is I'm going to say to the players, I'm going to say to the viewers, I'm going to say this part of the game, the fun of the game and the plan of the game is the stakes are extremely high, and there's going to be definitely success and failure metrics the players can hit, but no player, barring some amazing circumstance, is going to make it out alive. So maybe if someone does some crazy shit, someone can make it out. Players could live, but likely 90% chance the players are not going to make it out of this one, you know. And I think that's kind of fun to have a game where you know that's happening. World building art stuff is 40%, 60% of it. What D&D is, I think so. Yeah, I think the D&D is a bigger hobby to me than, you know. You're like I definitely agree with you, Play Doctor. The for me D&D is what you do when you're not playing D&D. For me D&D like most of the fun of D&D for me, especially when I was like first started playing, was going to school with my D&D books, planning what I'm gonna do in the game, or planning what I'm gonna do in my next class, like my next character or whatever. You know, it was never about the actual time we played. It's like if you're a D&D player and you play in a really great campaign, you don't play 4 hours a week. You play like 20 hours a week. You know, it's like the analogy that I had was that I used with Ella is it's like planning a vacation. You know, like you plan a vacation, it costs you $10,000, whatever. You go to Japan for 2 weeks, wherever you want. The vacation is not a 2-week vacation. It's a 2-week vacation with hundreds of hours of like enjoyment before the vacation, and a lot of and amazing memories after. But like years that I know that I'm going to Japan, I spend a ton of time researching stuff, looking shit up, finding ideas for places, finding discounts and deals or whatever, finding cool small ryokans and restaurants and awards and events and planning all that shit. I realized that because I haven't gone on any trips in the last couple of years, how bored I've been outside of like video games and streaming, because I haven't had a project to look towards. So I think the D&D is just like that. You know, you have your 4 hours you play a week or whatever. But if you're a DM or if you're a player, you spend a lot of time playing D&D outside. You spend the majority of time actually playing D&D outside of the game, and I think that's the real charm of the game to me. So yeah, I agree. And I hope my stream is a place where people can talk about and enjoy their D&D game without actually having to play their D&D game, you know? So not just for me, but hopefully for other people or whatever. Sometimes I normally play with my kid isn't asleep till 8 p.m. anyways. That works then, yeah, I guess. What'll happen to make someone out if someone makes it out alive though? That'd be crazy. That would be insane. That'd be insane if someone like with what I have planned. If somebody somehow makes like with this story, if somebody makes it out alive, that would be insane. Like old Tomb of Horrors, not just the dangerosity, but Moose. I'm thinking more of like a Halo Reach type thing, you know. But we'll see. I don't want to spoil it too much. I just want to the premise is something I'll talk about. But if I do make it into a show this year, I don't want to spoil too much what I have thinking behind the surface. But yeah, you're probably not gonna make it out. You know, you're more likely to die in the first 3 sessions than later. Right now, yeah. I spent hours checking through the different laws and levels of security and races and stat sheets for the star systems the party's in. I love that. Totally. It's the best. It's the best. It's so good. You know, it's like I remember when I would play Diablo 2 in high school. There was this booklet you got inside of the Diablo 2 box game. You got this like sheet or whatever, or this booklet. Maybe it was in Lord of Destruction. I think it was in Lord of Destruction. But anyway, it was this like game manual or whatever that you got that had like your like different like classes and stuff on it. And I took it to school so many days to read through the same fucking pamphlet or manual or whatever it was. And then what I would do is I would go to Ariat Summit, and I would print off like rune words and stuff to like have like sheets of paper in my binder to like look at all the different rune words and try and plan out like which runes I was gonna have to trade for and what things I was gonna have to do. So I played so much Diablo 2 while at school, not actually playing the game. And I think D&D is just like that. You know, I took my 3.5 PHB to school every single day. My backpack was stacked because of it. If I had all my binders from my different courses or classes or whatever, and then I had my PHB and maybe sometimes my DMG or like, you know, a book that I'm using like for class features like Exalted Deeds or Synox or whatever. Yeah, there was a lot of weight. So they get used like me where I just went for a month and didn't plan anything at all. And that's also the way to do it, you know? No wrong answer. Bones Vow story would be cool to see. It would be kind of cool, actually. Yeah, maybe it's like one player can make it out alive. We'll see who it is, you know? Dasho in here. I don't know. Dasho usually is at work when I'm streaming, so I never know if he's actually in chat. I want to make sure he is today. Just how incredible the soundtrack is. Yeah, I mean, look, dude, it's amazing. I agree, bro. Thanks for the feedback on it. It's insane. It's insane. Like that's his first piece of compositional work. That Realms of Eldara soundtrack is his first like big like composition project, and it's so good. I'm so proud of him. It's amazing. Listened 3 times already. Yeah, I had it on repeat last night. I was just listening to it while I was drawing and stuff, and it's fun. It's inspiring. It's inspiring. Obviously, like it's great fun. It's great that it's like, you know, for Eldar and whatnot, and I know the place it's based off and all that kind of shit. But it's also just like really fucking good fantasy music, you know. We gotta figure out how to get like a hour long, because like Adrian Von Ziegler does these like mixes on YouTube. Adrian Von Ziegler. I don't speak German or French. And he has these cool, like, he does these like these ambient like 2-hour, you know, emotional fantasy, Celtic music, relaxing Celtic fantasy. Like I need to get Dasho to make like an ambient mix out of the different themes and whatnot to create something like this. And just like post a new one every week or whatever of like remixing the same stuff and like remixing them, unmixing them, whatever, mixing them. And shit, wait. Why is Twitter yelling at me? Oh! The poll is finished. That's right. The poll has been completed. Oh. Okay, I gotta get ready for this. Listening nonstop since the launch, they can't get enough of it. That's, dude, I'm happy to tell him. That's amazing. Thank you, Steve. Remember I was in college, someone else who was a DM said they can make most of it up as they go along. How? I mean, probably could do that. It takes so much time. So I do a lot of world building, but the actual story I make up the entire thing as I go. I don't pre-plan the story or locations or anything the players do unless it's a dungeon that's like mechanically a thing. Because I think if you do a lot of world building, you can kind of just like tell a story that's like really easy flowing. So yeah, I love making stuff up. That's definitely more free flowing. Okay, the poll is complete. The poll has been complete. 47 votes. I was expecting like 6. 47 people have voted on what Baldur's Gate 3 spicy fan art I should do this weekend. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Here's the thing. You want to know the thing? Allow me to now announce the thing. Casey voted? No. It's all anonymous. Here's the thing. This was a meme. My ploy was, as we talked about, what is the most popular possible thing I could do right now on Twitter? I could draw something in an anime style. I fucking love anime. I do too. Anime style fan art. Baldur's Gate 3 Booba. We talked about how it's that is the infinity gauntlet of Twitter engagement. And so I was thinking that I formed the poll and we kind of joke and meme like, oh, should I draw attractive withers? But realistically, when push comes to shove, people, because this was not just people inside this, like maybe like 10 people from the stream, but I don't actually know. But this does not represent a lot of people from stream. I actually people from Twitter, like people like followers on Twitter that don't watch stream or whatever, didn't catch that day of stream, to then vote obviously, Shadowheart. So this is unexpected. This has been unexpected, you know. Right? This is not what I was planning on. This is not the weekend I had planned out, right? And 24 people need an intervention. So I was here for stream. I voted Shadow Honey second poll. Yeah, see, here's the thing, Blaze. Everyone memes about haha, it'd be funny for like sexy withers, but realistically, the people want what the people want. And yet, here we are. So, oof. This is the response, right? This is the only correct response to this. Oh boy. Yep. Yep. That's all right, fine. Fine. I mean, what happens if I search? What happens if I search God, this is so degenerate, man. I can't believe okay. All right, fine. People want what they want. Thank you for the follow play, Doctor. You're looking forward to sexy withers. Look no further than this Twitter this weekend, I guess. Oh boy, find some art I can get invested in. Stop. It's like the competition where they ask students to draw a dog and the stick figure won. Oh god, this is like when they asked what like to name the boat or something, you know, name the yacht. Okay, fine, I'll do it. I'm not ashamed. I'll do it. I'm not gonna let people down. This is not my first choice of what to draw this weekend, but I will. And you know what? And I'm gonna take it seriously. I'm gonna do a good job at this. I'm going to do my best. I'm gonna work hard, and I'm gonna disappoint most of my parents and myself, but that's nothing new. So anyway, I think we got the design done for Runa. So that's cool. So we can actually start the proper rendering and stuff. Oh, I need to post my Astral Knight. I'll do it tomorrow. Fuck it. All right, I got some work to do today. I got some things to do. So we're gonna call it there. I was expecting to take a little bit longer to get Runa finished, but we kind of got there in time, and I have some work to do. So I'm going to call it there. I need to figure out which piece from the Eldara album is a good outro. I should be using the Realms of Eldara official music as our outro, shouldn't I? Until then, the path to Hearth and Home. So, hey, thanks for chilling today. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for relaxing with me. We had cool art talk. We had some cool adventure discussions. We had some art. A meme. We had some raptors. That was cool. Wonder if anyone's gonna submit the Ford Raptor for the Raptor meta. We'll see. We have 2 more days of Raptor meta, so we'll see what happens.
Thanks for stream.
Nix, thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for the bits. I appreciate it. Isabella, leaving again? Okay, I love you too. Bye. Just in time for Ella to leave, apparently. I didn't realize she was home. Anyway, thanks for chill. Thank you so much, Nix, for the 100 bits. I really appreciate that. It's really kind of you. So yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. We'll be doing some cool shit. Maybe we'll start stupid sexy withers. Maybe I'll have some dignity and not do it on stream. Maybe I'll do it on my alt channel secretly at night when no one can see. Either way, have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week if I don't see y'all. And until next time, my friends, farewell.